Welcome,
friends.
welcome everyone to Sunburnt Steel is what we're calling this game. It's our first episode of Cities Without Number. So, given that for very busy reasons, the archive of our session 0 has been lost to time, let's summarize. We're on the southern Australia coast, probably like at least 150 years in the future from now. Um, we're in a city called the Emerald Strip, trapped between a Mad Max desert to the north and a terrifying, sometimes haunted, in all honesty, ocean to the south that we hold back with a seawall.
Are we still on pillars or stilts because of climate change? I can't remember if that was a thing.
Yeah,
that made
something
it.
like
people,
that.
some buildings
I think some
probably are.
places.
The seawall helps, but it's probably not by itself enough. Like, there's probably spillage and rain.
Yeah, the entire city has a bilge.
Right, the haunted ships,
Can
because there was
sometimes
some
run
sort of.
aground.
There's like yacht
Mhm.
arcologies
Yeah.
Right, and it was a bunch of viruses on those.
that went poorly.
Yep.
There were each one its own bag of poorly designed utopia.
Yep. So, anything else you want to mention? We have one district that's been flooded. We have one district with wolf people. We have one district that was
Do we?
invaded.
And I think we did.
Rumors of wolf people.
Yes.
One corporation, not really necessarily a district.
Yeah. And then I did add in with one of the missions, and it's also a subculture.
There's also a district that is just Mad Max, I think.
Yeah.
That's in my head what it looks like. Or like Junkertown from Overwatch.
Yep.
And we have one district that is where we had previously been attacked by another city trying to take over us, the Excalibur incident. And when they left, they just didn't take all of their low-level soldiers with them. So there's one district still dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dog town of this city, basically.
It's a kind of silly cyberpunk city. It has all of the different places, none of which anyone wants to live in.
Yeah, it's impressively miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Imagine
think we're gonna
the hellscape of Australia, but worse.
I don't think the actual cities they're pretty normal cities. This is that, but designed by the same person who thought Robin drove motorcycles on rooftops. Yeah. So anyway, everyone has cell phones, I believe, right? Raise your hand if you don't have a cell phone.
I have
a basic
a
smartphone.
built-in said cell phone.
Ah, good. It's in your brain.
Yep, it's much safer that
All
way.
the better for our text from an automated service.
Is that a piece of equipment you had to buy?
Yes.
It is cyberware. I have head comms. Yeah.
It's
No, I'm just saying
$50.
for a cell phone. It's $50. No, I don't have one.
All right. How do you get messages? Let's start with that.
I don't.
You don't? If hypothetically someone was to give you a message, how does that normally go?
Dead drop.
It's passed through a bunch of other people.
Oh, I was gonna say carrier pigeon. Your pigeons.
So we start by following a fifth person who's not involved as they approach a bundle of rags and a sword. Where are you?
Rags.
Where is our intrepid shaman?
Where'd you put your grocery cart?
So he's like sitting cross-legged in an alley, with a little like campfire stove in front of him, wearing it looks like some like fairly worn clothing, but there's a bunch of like metal bits and pieces that are all sort of ornamental looking and could be considered religious iconography, but they aren't really.
Somewhere between talismans and a pin collection, yes.
Yeah.
And I think we never actually see the person walking up to you. You're just sitting by your campfire, I'm assuming making a single slice of toast. Something like that. And you just onto your lap, you could deposit a digital letter of some kind. Um, with
Yes.
with the instructions to like meet up for the next job. It's from the very professional. This game calls them operators. It's from the very professional operator like message board system that the group of you use for the moment. Um, what do you know that like you're getting picked up for a smuggling mission, like the classified, like that's the category that it's in. Um, yeah, and it's just like the pickup location, and like everyone else gets that in either brain email or text. With our driver specifically getting like the route they take to pick everyone up. So where's
I get an Uber route.
Yeah, you get the Uber route. Everyone else gets their pickup location. So where's everyone else preparing for their morning when they get this message? We get shaman in the alley. Actually, what is your breakfast with your camp stove? Let's clarify.
So it's a seabird. Like
It's a pigeon. You have found a goal or something.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wander around with a brick until I can find a slow enough pigeon, and then I have breakfast.
Eventually, they're going to be too fast for you to do that, though. You're just causing you're causing evolution.
That is an approach.
That's when they've earned your death.
Yeah. Where's everyone else getting their breakfast message, and what does your breakfast setup look like?
So I think my character, we fade in on a like ratty, rundown, 24-hour cyber cafe.
Gross.
Yep. It doesn't. I think so. There are like computers in some places, but there's also other spaces for people to just like jack in for people who have like cyber or to just like plug into a wall somewhere and just like lie down.
So closer to Opium Den than like Manga
It's
Cafe.
not all of them are like that. But this one definitely is. Yes. There's like a tired, kind of like simmering angry. You can tell middle-aged woman who seems to be managing it and running it. And she walks up to a girl who looks. She is probably extremely like small and skinny, but she's wearing like 3 or 4 like sweaters and hoodies and jackets, so she's like a marshmallow. But
A very round individual.
but you can see sort of these tired, hollowed eyes, a gaunt face. You can like even just looking at her face, you can tell she's probably very skinny underneath all of that cloth. She's probably like indigenous Australian in terms of ethnicity, but she is.
Figure that's hard to pick out at this point in the timeline.
I agree, but yeah. And she's probably like she's an adult, but she probably doesn't look like an adult. She's some people would assume she's still a kid.
Yeah, young adult sized.
The
in the future, it's hard to tell real age.
Yeah, the cafe lady brings her just a single piping hot cup of soy coffee, and that's my breakfast alone. And I take it wordlessly.
Yeah.
She probably mentions like, basically she mentions like you've been here overnight. You're gonna sleep anytime soon. Got to take care of yourself. And she doesn't like go on a tangent, but she sort of looks concerned. I don't like the girl. I don't respond at first with anything, and then I open my mouth to say something, and then get the message. Like I
just right in your eyeballs.
Yeah, yes, I actually have that cyber too. So I like see the pop up. Shows up on my UI. And then I don't say anything. I just start packing up. Wirelessly pay my tab and leave. And the woman just like sighs and looks at me like, who the heck, like that person has issues, basically. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
frustrated with her for being rude to me, or just feel sorry for her.
Welcome to the Admiral Strip.
Yeah.
We do have casinos in the sky.
None of us get to go there.
Yeah, I think it might be a blimp.
Blimps are underused.
It's literally
It's
just a
definitely
blimp that's tethered, so it can't fly away.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. The other two. Who's up
So-
next with their breakfast and message?
Sure. When you see Tessa, she's not having breakfast anymore. She's already just stepping out onto the street from an apartment building, already just waiting for the Uber driver. The
Or you
apartment
get
building.
the message.
It's as I. Well, yeah, actually, before I get the message, let's even go with
You're
that.
just so confident. You have a schedule. You know when they show up.
This is what I do on each day. This is what happens. The apartment building is one of those places where it looks like this is where people go when they're down on their luck, but they're really sure that things are going to be better just anytime soon. So they're paying more than they want to be able to put up those appearances, because they can't just not put up those appearances, because then of course it wouldn't get any better. So that's kind of the entire vibe that you are getting from Tessa here, of everything she's wearing is worn, but
But it's a
it's
nondescript
just a
gray
temporary
khaki
phase.
suit. It's a nondescript
Temporary things.
grayish khaki-ish suit that could work at any business location. It's being unoffensive for
Sounds
any
like
interview
someone
if you
who's
have one on the
job hunting,
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time Marissa's played an optimist in a horrifying setting,
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of nickels.
Yep. Yeah, so you're like, I know when the messages show up. This is my job right now. So you're like already waiting. It's like, oop, all right. Changing route on the Uber from the place you normally sit and wait at to like the active job location.
Oh, it's not even sit and wait at. It's go to place, ask for job, get rejected, go home. This time I just
Yeah.
get to do something else instead.
You can do
Yeah.
that also.
Yeah. But what did you have for breakfast?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right.
Behind closed doors.
That went to the rent.
Right.
Horrifying.
And then what is totally not a Honda Civic, I believe we pan in on.
Yeah, so we pan in on what looks like a movie lot, but it's like there's no movies being filmed, right?
Just an abandoned movie lot.
It's an abandoned movie lot that his friend lets him park his car and sleep in, because that's what he lives in, is his car.
We do also, I'm assuming, get the prop tumbleweed.
Yeah, prop tumbleweed. And as Logan gets the message, he is sleeping in the car. He just he just puts the seat back up and goes, checks his phone and goes, okay. And then he's got everything he owns in this car, which is his gun, his clothes, and a knife. That's it. He's got fancier clothes.
What do you have for breakfast in the glove box?
In the glove box, he's probably got
I'm assuming there's power bars or something.
No, it's a protein bar that is avocado toast flavored.
I'm assuming you did a sponsorship for them, so now you have just cases of those in the bag.
Yep. Also, the only reason he has this car is because it was part of a commercial he did, and in the commercial, he got the car that was like a future car, but it's just a normal ass car that they fucking tried to sell people.
It's
cool.
Hey,
so it has
you won the lottery, except you're an actor.
It has RGB heads-up display.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
for no
maybe it's
apparent reason.
If we want to go a deep cut with this, all the future settings are subscription paywalled, so it's just a normal car until you pay extra.
You see, that is what they sold people. He has the base model that has all those settings, but there's stickers. So it was before the car was even done being made.
Oh, I see. You have we literally have no use for this prototype.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really appreciative that it is the shaman who is living on the street out of Gershon Cart that has the best breakfast.
Reuse, yeah. Reuse is the
Real-
first step to recycling, so it's good. Good on that
Yeah.
corporation for giving you that car.
Yeah, so I'll
Yeah.
start
So
making
where
the route.
you make the rounds. I think everyone loosely knows each other, but everyone like piles in the car. So you're underway, and then you all get the alert that all right, everyone's here. And do we have any intros in the car?
I'd like to describe what happens when the three of them come to pick me up, because
Mm,
We probably have to drive
Yeah.
around.
Yes.
You're always last because we have to drive around looking for you a bit sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
So yeah, the car pulls up and I'm standing there, and now that I'm standing up, that sort of talisman covered overcoat is hanging open, and underneath you see sandals with dirty white socks pulled up half calf,
Yeah, naturally.
camouflage cargo shorts,
Mm.
Mhm.
a dirty black A-frame, shirt, like a muscle
Yeah.
shirt, and a Hawaiian shirt over that, and then
And the big coat, yes.
and then
Yes.
the big coat.
How much
Yeah,
beard?
you just
Yeah, what
Enough
is
that you
the-
cannot see the neck. There is no neck. There is just beard.
good.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
for security reasons. Never let them see your weak spots.
Or the amulet you're probably wearing.
Oh, I'm assuming you have a mess of amulets under.
They're all hanging off the coat. Like they're
Oh,
just
okay.
Perfect.
every conceivable geometric design you can think of is somewhere on
And
this guy.
some that you can't.
Mm.
That's
Some
Kurt.
inconceivable
The
geometric
the
designs.
non-Euclidean geometric artifacts on my back. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you get in and it's like, oh, I'll take the middle seats. You have to crawl.
Yeah. The door. You open the door and I look in, and like nobody slides over, so I just crawl in, sit in the middle.
Yeah, my stuff is on the passenger's side seat of the front seat, so everyone's in the back.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't want you
So,
dirtying
yeah.
up the space, all right? I don't know you guys that well.
As you pick everyone
Towel
up.
down, like your only towels down on the back seat.
You mean
Yeah.
my blanket? That is also
Sure.
my towel.
Yep.
Yep.
Terry cloth blanket.
Yeah. So when everyone gets in the car, all situated, you get the update about where you're doing the pickup and what you're picking up. You get sent to kind of a, south of downtown, not like a specific district, like warehouse parking lot, and you get the dimensions of what you're picking up. And it's a coffin. It's roughly coffin shaped and sized and weighted as if it's
I
a
think we ought to put that
coffin
on the roof.
plus give or take 200 pounds. So that is your first challenge.
I look behind me, I go, okay, do I want the homeless man, the child, or the business person in the front seat? I go, where's this character you get up here?
She exits the car, like circles around the front to the other side, sits down, and then just puts the rifle in between her knees because that's the only thing that she.
I immediately
I'm
spread out to take up the space I was in plus her space.
Yeah.
If anything, I use the opportunity to like take up less space. I put my I naturally sit a bit like L from Death Note, where not to the exact same degree, but I kind of like put my knees up.
Perch.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
more perched when I sit.
I put this. I try to move. I try to move the homeless man out of the way slightly so I can put down one of the seats so the coffin will like go in the car but stick out of the trunk.
Yeah. Anyway, be thinking about that. You pull up to do any stops now that you know what you're picking up before you get to the pickup point.
Does anyone got a tarp?
I mean, I'm a little concerned. Aren't we stepping on Unity's toes here? Shouldn't they be doing this delivery?
Well, it's probably something they either don't want to ship or don't know about, so we probably shouldn't mention it to them.
Well, I mean, I guess that's all right if they didn't already had first dibs.
Hey, you mind stopping at that store up the corner there?
Sorry, what?
There's a store at the corner. Mind stopping?
All right.
I go in and purchase some liquor and come back out.
Yeah, Suds and Buds. It's Drink
much is a
Emerald
tarp?
City. Or whatever.
Excellent.
It's the Emerald Sips. It's the Emerald Strip.
Yes, that's it. You're right.
Yep.
That's the chain liquor store, Emerald Sips.
We need
They
to.
sell every
Actually,
size
it is-
of great alcohol one can imagine.
I am gonna make a handout because I'm sure we're gonna keep adding like chain store names to
Oh,
this
yeah.
list. So
Yeah.
I will also, while he's going to get booze, I'll go and get a tarp, however much a tarp is.
It's at the kidnapper's depot.
Yeah. Just something to cover the coffin when we get it.
can I
Yeah.
shoplift like something completely worthless, like a bag of chips?
Yeah, give me a steel roll.
Okay. Is that okay with the
It's
group?
probably sneak.
There
That will be
isn't
sneak.
sneak.
That will be sneak.
Do you have sneak?
Sneak 0. All right. I'm
Don't
just
worry,
checking.
I'm
I'm
hot.
doing it.
We'll get out of it if he gets.
All right. Bag of chips. Let's go. Dex, I assume.
Yeah, whatever you're stealing with.
All right. Cool.
That seems good enough to
So,
me, Ted.
Once we're back in the car and gone, I just like have a bag of chips that I didn't have before.
That's right. You stick it to the man every day.
I like we're in the backseat together, so I like look at you, and then like very rapidly I reach out and grab your bottle and take a sip and then give it back.
That's likely to get you killed one day, but I like your gumption.
I have fallen.
Actually,
so
the company
far.
no longer guarantees that it'll get you killed.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just drive us there.
Yeah. Cool. We drive there. Then you get to the warehouse, and you get this, and you see this guy standing outside of a hearse in like a black coat with too big of a collar on it.
Oh, how's it going, Drac?
Didn't realize we were dealing with vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Eat them some bitches.
Yeah,
I'm sure you got like a hobo steak on you. Whatever
when
steak,
he's-
hobo steak.
when you make the vampire quip, he does the stupid vampire face thing, and he definitely has
You cause wolf
enhanced
fangs.
canines to some degree.
Now, y'all are seeing that too, right? Not just me again.
Again.
No, I think that's there.
All right. Sometimes I see these things.
Mm,
Not quite right.
Is he going to be
Yeah.
in the coffin?
Blah, Count, what can we do for you?
You get more snarly goth faces, and then it's like you're the crew that's doing the delivery. So let me show you what we got. He opens the back of the hearse, and it's a cyber coffin. Cyber coffin. Our hacker friend, you might notice some of it. It is a extended play kind of self-contained unit that like you put a person in and they're jacked into the box, and
Oh, it's a VR rig?
it's a VR rig. It's a VR rig
It's
coffin.
a full dive coffin. All right.
It's a full dive coffin.
For some reason, when you said cyber coffin, my brain went by Beats Audio. Like,
It's a full dive
There's a big
VR
logo
coffin.
on the front of it.
And they've shown you the bells and whistles. So your job is ostensibly you gotta take this coffin and sneak it into a into a cyber castle and plug it in without notice, if you
Okay,
will.
so we're
This is a
sneaking it into a
non-authorized
cyber
person trying to get themselves into the cyber castle.
And it's faster for. I don't say anything. Nope.
Who's cyber castle?
So it's kind of like more. I should have figured out exactly where it is.
That's above our
But-
pay grade.
Yeah, well, right now you're not operating through like a fixer. You're on the cool hip operator network.
Yeah, we're on the equivalent of Fiverr, basically.
Yeah, you're basically on Fiverr, but they do all of the legwork for you. So it's just like the Uber of crime, where it's like, what do you need exactly?
Excellent. Make sure to tip us afterwards.
Yeah, pretty much that kind of deal.
I think Cell gets out her cell phone and starts kind of like trying to Google the place that we're delivering to.
The great thing about Cyberpunk is there is no Google.
Yeah.
What?
But you can try to do some research about it.
If you want to search like the corporate regulated search engine, you can, but that's more likely to give them more information about you than you about them.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea in this case.
But this
I
doesn't seem to be a corporate job.
Mm.
That you've heard, the hacker would have the most information, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more. You would have heard of these kind of like full dive VR dens before. This is not like a new concept. It's kind of like the cyber cafe you were staying at, but taken to the extreme. Usually for more like.
Okay, so we're just delivering a cyber coffin to a place that would normally have a bunch of cyber coffins.
Yes, but you are it's not someone who's going through the proper channels to get this like set up. You are smuggling in a cyber coffin to plug into the network. I'm sure there's your hacker brain is going, I could make money by stealing stuff from the network, kind
There's
of.
like 5 things I'm currently thinking about I could do.
Yeah. But yeah, you're trying. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the task. There is a vampire. You can probably extrapolate that this is a vampire themed thing.
Mhm. Great
So
dark
the
count.
First, oh yeah,
Do you have a fake shipping manifest that we could show people to get this through, or is that?
If I had a shipping manifest, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
All right, so we gotta wing it.
Yeah, you got it.
No pun intended.
the first words my character utters so far this entire campaign, she sounds kind of like hoarse. Again, like she actually doesn't talk much, and her voice doesn't suit it entirely. She just says, "Time limit."
Before the sun comes back up.
Are we on a standard day night cycle of the city?
You need
Comes
to get the
back up
coffin
24 hours.
in and plugged in before the sun rises. That's when this internet day restarts or whatever.
Internet day
Yep.
restarts. Okay, I got some ideas.
That's when the server's gonna boot at sunup or some asinine nonsense.
Yeah.
Actually,
but
that's probably okay.
so it's
the
the
server
easiest way to like
reboots.
seamlessly integrate the new.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no more questions.
All right. Can you help us load it up at least?
He just looks at the car and goes, "Where?"
I pop the trunk and go, "Can you like slide it in here?"
It's like a coffin. They're 6 feet long and like 4 feet wide.
Yeah, that's why I popped down the back seat.
I don't think we will fit
It's
in
gonna be
the car
hanging out the
someday.
back. That's what I.
Yeah.
It will be.
All right.
It's gonna be hanging out the back. I'm gonna tie a red little flag to it.
I'm
While
all suspicious.
literally in the middle of him helping to load this, I just say another single word: pay.
Yep.
Listen,
That's
this
right.
Honda
How are we
Civic has
going
a
to
hard
get
point.
paid? And would you mind signing this paperwork just to make sure that you've said that we've received the goods, that we will indeed, like, where would you like us to get the signature at the other end?
You're not delivering to a person. People
No, we're
don't want
delivering
this
to plug it
delivery.
in. But how do you know that we'll have actually done the job correctly?
We should be able to send a picture in the app.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, app picture, got it. So if you'll just stand there for the receipt beginning, and I start taking photos of
You,
the.
I'm sure some of these are just your own.
I do.
Picture of him
I
loading
make
it in our
sure I'm not
car.
in any of the
Yep.
photos. I go out of my way to not be in any photos.
I'm in my sunglasses. So.
Yeah. So pay is you get the base pay for this job. Team level 1 base payout 10K.
Combined.
Yeah, that's the team level 1 base payout. Yep, there's no like real modifiers going on it. You can increase the pay with extra loot.
Mm.
In this case, what would extra loot be, given that the job is simply delivery? Oh, if we like stole something along the way?
Yeah, find stuff.
Not that we would ever steal.
No.
Yeah.
Munch on
So-
Etsy.
Yeah, I'd say munch on a bag of chips.
Yeah, movable objects, pay data files, cred sticks, drugs, cyberware, other loot. Basically, you can spend some time in the cyber castles just stripping it bare, but you know, that comes with danger.
Yeah.
Like everyone else in the cyber castle.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Like, my vehicle has mass.
I specifically picked a thing that's hard to transport. Like, the
okay.
coffin is specifically because I rolled on I made most of this with the tables. You have a coffin because it's specifically a cumbersome item, and I thought it would be silly with the car to have to lug a coffin in a sedan.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. I mean,
But
I
it
like to
being
think
a
that you-
challenge to figure out how you're transporting it is part of the mission. Gonna let
I
me
like
know
to
how
think-
you're moving a coffin.
that you don't have bungee cables, and that the way you're keeping this in there is just like jumper cables to jumpstart the car, clipped on to really interesting things, and just scratching the paint job like nobody's
yeah, we're
business.
just tying it with the jumper cables.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can I have some fans I could contact that would be willing to. I'm a pop idol. They are. I'm at level 2. I can literally once per game week with it an hour or so messaging, you can mobilize about 100 of your fans.
To do what?
To just have them show up at the place and
Yeah,
distract
just
so we
announce
can
you're
get
doing
into
a
the
Form
back.
some
flash
act of
search.
your choice. Fred is no more than mildly criminal or slightly dangerous. Flash mobs, getaway drivers, scouting reports, tailing people, or instant parties by all qualified services.
Announce you're doing a show right in front of the place, like spontaneously. Something.
Maybe we should get there first and see what challenges we're going to run up against.
Yeah, we should scout
Yeah.
it out.
All right, can you two hold on to the coffin in the back?
What? Is the other guy still here?
Yeah, he's waiting. He's not gonna leave first.
Okay. Yeah, I have one hand on it if we're still sitting in the back. We're probably half sitting on top of it without seatbelts.
Oh, wait, is it empty?
No,
No, I'm
No.
sure it is not.
it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's not empty, and we should probably not lose it while doing a high-speed car chase.
It's like really heavy because it's a full dive VR coffin, which is already,
Right.
I'm
Probably like 200
assuming, like
pounds, at least.
200 pounds by
Hardly.
itself, and then there's definitely not a light body inside of it.
Oh, they're already plugged in.
Yes, we're delivering
Yeah.
a person
Got
plugged
it.
in.
Got it. Cool. Yeah. Just hold on and I'll drive slow.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Speaking of
curious. Is it
driving
their
slow
head
with
down
the-
by people's feet, or is their head sticking out of the back of the car?
That's a good question.
I
Which
think
one
the
is
head
the
is
head?
inside the car. And
The
the
wide
feet are
part?
sticking out.
The wide part
Yeah,
is
the
inside
wide
the
part
car.
is inside the
Some
car.
impressive, like, what is it? Brain? I don't know. Blood rushing to their heads.
You see, so I'm imagining like it's also on its side. So
Yes. It's however it fit best.
however it fits.
All right. You're driving slow with the coffin hanging out the back.
It's covered
How
in a
are we
tarp,
ab-
so it doesn't look like a coffin.
It's still very suspicious. How are we not getting pulled over? Oh, great driver.
Mm. We are not getting pulled over because I am hot, and hot people don't get pulled over.
All right, roll me a hot driver skill check to
What?
as we navigate through this.
Is that just perform? Or is it drive with charisma?
I guess drive with charisma is
All right, that
hot person
works.
driving.
Hot person driving coming up. That's an 8. That's not bad.
It's an 8. What's the scale on these again?
Well, it's on a roll on a
It's a
20-sided
2d6.
dice. So...
No, it's
It's
2d6.
it's 2d6.
Oh,
The
okay.
20-sided die is for combat.
Hmm.
Ah,
So 7
Middling.
plus.
Yeah.
Middling, there's a complication. Yeah, so you're not really picking up any police attention because you're following all the rules and smiling at all the right cameras. But you are attracting hooligans on bicycles because you are not going very fast.
Road ragers.
You got
The
kids
worst
like
kind of
cycling up.
attention.
Yeah, the kids cycling up next to you, being like, "What's hanging out the back, Mister? Hmm?
That's
You
far
get a
more
peek."
polite than he probably is.
Mm. Listen, kids. I
There's
don't
one
think you
kid
want to
like
know.
standing on the shoulder, like on the back bike pegs with the other one, slurping a slushy too.
Listen, kid. How much money to get you to fuck off?
$500.
How about 5?
Throw the slushy at you.
While this
I'm
is
gonna
going
try to
on,
test to avoid the slushy.
You want me
Car
to drive
slurs
to
wild.
avoid
into
the
the
slushy?
coffin while this is going on.
Oh!
We don't have to deal with it till later, but for now I want to jack into the coffin. Hack it.
Okay.
You can deal with it after Jordan's stuff is dealt with, but I'm doing it in
All
the
right,
background.
Do you want me to make a drive check?
in the
I
background?
don't know. What are you doing about the
Plug in.
kids?
I'm gonna speed up away from the bikes. That's what I'm gonna do.
No. So
Alright.
what you do is you twist the steering wheel and play a game of chicken.
No, this is my home. I can't do that.
The consequences are so much greater. All right.
If I crash this car, I am homeless.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
like
you
that's
speed-
If
so
we go too
bad.
fast, if we go too fast and lose the coffin, we will have failed the job.
I just need to go faster than the bicycle. I can do that without
Yeah.
going too fast.
Give me an avoid children roll of some kind. I need a roll
I
to
will
escape the children.
Drive with Dex.
All right.
Boom.
Ah.
I could just imagine.
Unfortunately, no
ridiculous
children
chase
died in
scene.
the process. So.
Unfortunately.
Well, you see, I think you could always get away from kids on bikes with a car. The problem is, if you rolled badly, you would have eliminated
Ran one of
kids
them
on
over.
bikes with your car. So yeah. So we've sped away from the children. Your car window
first
is
hurdle.
very sticky. All right, and then we're hacking the coffin.
Yeah, you check if everyone in the back seat is good, and I'm just like this, Technically, I'm not actually unconscious while I jack in, but it's relaxing to just kind of do this.
To just go noodle.
And the kids asleep. Great. I got
Yeah,
grape
and then there's
soda
a
on my
wire
seats.
between my neck and I guess it wouldn't be my neck in the video game. It's from my wrist. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm jacked in. So I want to.
You know how many giant roaches are gonna have to fight off because of these damn kids?
Yeah, I want to access the system of this coffin. Is it even activated? Like, is it currently active? I assume it must be if someone's inside it, but I don't know.
I mean, it is active in the sense that, like, its main coffin life support functions are on,
Perfect. My intent.
but it's not like loading like a Mindscape form or anything. That's what you're plugging them into.
Yeah.
So they're conscious
My
essentially
intent
of
is
what's
to
going
is
on,
to
or just
copy
life
its
support?
data and figure out what it knows about the person inside.
Yeah, so you're trying to break in to find who's inside?
Or at least as much as it knows. I don't know if this would have the name, but it might have like life signs and other stuff. I don't know how much if they would have put the name.
Yeah, so we'll do some graduated results.
Okay, I was gonna say this probably doesn't need to be a full hacking, like break out the hacking rules yet.
No, this does not feel like a...
Okay, I'll make.
Once again, you're in charge of knowing all of the full breakout the hacking rules.
I do. Usually it's for like accessing an entire like hostile network. This is just one machine. That's
So
all.
the castle's going to be the hacking rules.
Yes,
This is...
correct. You will need to do hacking prep. It is not complex hacking prep, but there is hacking prep. Just a warning.
Okay.
Um,
I am going through these rules setup by setup.
Similar to Shadowrun, imagine an entire different game set in the rules. It's just
Oh,
a
good,
lot
helpful.
faster to deal with.
Nice.
Either
Yeah, but
way,
let me know what
right
you...
now it's just a program rule. So
Yeah.
that is exiting edit mode and int and getting a 9.
Yeah, so this is an Excalibur Unlimited brand full torpor VR unit. Use more vampire words.
Perfect.
It's a death rest casket.
Yeah. Yeah. It does come complete with like you get some of the features. It has a liquid fuel TM. It's totally not blood. Feeding system built in.
It's red and colored.
Yeah. But yeah, it has the vampire juice full diet blood substitute
It's
that it
Gatorade.
has
Probably some Gatorade
built.
straw.
It's gamer fuel. As a built-in feature, it has full sunlight and sound sensory deprivation within the coffin. You know, to get the full torpor experience. It has wake up timers built in. You get some baseline data about the person inside. They are heavier than you'd expect, so it's not a wayfish. You've seen VR deep dive nerds before.
Yeah, this is
And
something or someone more.
yeah.
Okay.
And then with a 9, I'll give you one more question.
Can I
Or one
safely,
or two more. One with maybe a follow-up if like it helps.
can I
that you can-
safely? Is it possible to safely open the coffin without disturbing the inhabitant? What are the details of that wake up protocol?
Oh, there's a wake up timer, but if you rip the door open, you get the vampire up moment.
They will wake up if you okay, and if the door opens, they're guaranteed to wake.
Pretty much. That's a safety feature.
Interesting. I only have one more. I don't have any more questions, so I don't know if there's any camera like that. I think I say, as we're like driving, pull over at a cyber cafe. You should look up how much this thing's worth. Might be more than the
100% more than the pay.
Yeah.
Like 9,000,000% more
We'll
than the
sell
pay. Are
the
you
coffee.
kidding me?
I'm so close to 5 stars on Merc Fiverr.
Yep, on
This is gonna take my
operator.
ratings, guys.
It will tank your ratings if
So,
you sell the
I can be
coffin.
convinced not to do it, but I'm offering it up as an option.
I'll tell you
That's not
what.
the job we signed up for.
I'll tell you what. I'll pull over. You figure out how much this is, and if it's like 10 times more, I'll consider dropping my star rating.
Okay. Then yeah, I start researching when we get back. In this case,
Need more chips.
what's the best way to research this? I guess this would end up being a no roll. It would just be after I take some time looking it up, but it would still probably be
Yeah.
to find out how much this thing is worth. My no is a 0 and my int is 1, so I have a total of +1. Better. This isn't even a hacking thing. This is just a looking stuff up on the internet.
I am
And we could
dumb
also
and
go
hot.
a different route with it. If you've got someone that has Connect or something, we could find someone that can tell us about it. You know,
I know someone
there are
that
other ways to do this.
Is the someone with Better Connect willing to help?
No.
Okay.
Not for this.
Okay then.
Also, I don't think my connections would help in this case. Well, no, it's Connect would find a new
Connect
connection.
is
sorry.
yeah. Connect is
Yeah.
adding. But if you are willing, then I. Got an 8.
8? I mean, trying to figure out a good point of reference. I came up with a stupid item before I figured out how much. I didn't really figure out how much it costs.
Let me look. There's probably like cyberware that's similar. Probably.
There's not though. Body cyberware. 6 million for a holdout cavity or full body conversion to become a cyborg.
That's different.
I
Everyone-
don't think that's quite
That's
the
not
same.
becoming a
No.
cyborg. That's way
Yeah.
IR goggles are 1K, so
somewhere between
VR
6 million and 1,000.
Yeah. I feel like it's in the realm of $100,000.
Okay.
so exactly about 10 to 100 times because we were getting
exactly
paid
10
1,000.
times more. We were getting paid 10,000 combined.
Listen,
Yeah,
I could be
with like
convinced.
a $300 monthly upkeep cost.
So I probably like sell you or send everyone who except Shaman a screenshot of like this world's equivalent of an eBay like message board saying like, hey, I want to sell like from like a few weeks ago someone found one and is selling.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
aren't like broad market available because the Excalibur company isn't here.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not one of the major corps, but they're the ones that manufacture the full
Yeah.
Torpor VR coffin.
Because Excalibur were the people who invaded
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, so I basically send proof of 100 of the price is going for 100 black market.
If it's quiet, you just hear the air going out of Tessa's lungs at the front, and then that's a lot of money.
That's worth lowering my star rating, actually.
But then you remember that there's someone inside of it.
Yeah, that's extra money. What are you talking about?
Talk to the organ leggers and find a good price for that.
We'd have to get rid of any of the evidence. We'd have to at least make it look good. Well, I'm pulling out my phone and the photos.
Yeah, but did you send those to him? Oh,
Pardon?
you want to do both? Ooh.
I think we deliver it and
then
then
sneak
figure
it
out
out?
how it went wrong.
We brought it back. We brought it in, then we bring it back out afterwards.
Now, small child. Do you downloaded? You said. What did you do? I'm not with the pluggy-ins. I'm this. Just point to my face.
What do you want?
What did you copy? Did you Control C, Control V to your brain?
The price?
No, like what's on the
Yes.
coffin. Okay, can you make it look like we plug in the coffin at the place we're gonna go to?
If we're going to do it right, we should actually plug the coffin in. And if this is getting plugged in there, maybe there will be other coffins that we can unplug?
Right, but I don't have a moving van. This is a Honda Civic.
Could steal one. I just eat for my. I take another like Cheeto for my bag of chips.
I have to look up cars.
I can move it. Not a problem. Where do you want it?
I mean, when we get there, I mean, we need to move more out. Oh, I can maybe. Let's go to the drop.
Are you
right?
stealing people? Is that the plan? I just want to be clear.
I think we're trying to
decided what our plan is yet.
I think we're trying to do both. I think that's what we're trying to do.
Deliver the coffin, take a photo of the coffin being delivered, get our money, take the coffin out and sell it.
And any other coffins.
And any other extra coffins we can get, yes.
So I can indeed summon a spirit that can move 500 kilos worth of stuff.
So a couple of coffins.
Several of those. Excellent.
You can Mickey Mouse in the magician's hat. The coffin's out.
Yep.
You can Fantasia it.
Yeah, just like wave it and they'll fly out the window, float one by one out the door. Something like that.
I can summon a spirit that can do that and walk on walls. That is a thing I can do. For one effort.
So
that is a thing I can do.
Nice. So we are then deciding we're going to the Excalibur VR.
Yeah, we're doing both.
VR cafe.
First things first is to do it right, to show we have proven the delivery.
And get my star rating up. And then
Exactly.
we can sell them.
If the entire place has Excalibur's name on it, I want to see what I might know about this location.
Can we maybe drive around the block and figure out what we can figure out?
Yeah, let's do a wraparound. That's what we're gonna do.
Indigo, is that good?
Yeah, so
Try to figure out.
Yeah, you're gonna drive around the
location.
The drop-off point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you drive around. It is an unlit, like, you know, 5-story multi-purpose building kind of deal. Like, it looks like it was
castle.
offices at one point, but it's got some castle-y features. It's got like a water tower on the top that is reminiscent of a turret. It's got, like, you know, some broken and then boarded up windows. A burnt out car in the parking lot.
So it's not exactly a currently operating public business.
No, it's not. But clearly there's got to be something inside.
Is there like
How many
any
entrances
security?
does it have?
I mean, it definitely has a main entrance that has a, like, business name that no longer operates there. It is vaguely vampire themed once again, so probably like.
Do we
I don't
see
know.
a back door or a loading bay?
There is a loading bay where a semi truck could back up to,
Or a Honda Civic.
or a Honda Civic. But then you do have to then lift the coffin up from that point.
Do we see any people in that area, like, directly?
Or is our car conspicuous for actually being in this area?
I meant to
Oh, it
get
would be
that in the
conspicuous
building.
for you can't see in the building from the outside.
But there's no security outside of the
next
building.
to the burning car. Or...
No, you do see the ever ubiquitous, you don't know if it works, security camera pointed at like the front door, and like there is a light with another one on the back.
So you say you can summon a spirit, Jess says, kind of not fully believing you, but all right. How long would this be able to stick around for?
Then?
Oh, well, if you drop me off and give me 2 hours until it dies.
The spirit
Which
can die.
would
It has HP,
be
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Because
there's two ways to summon. There's an immediate summoning as a main action in the middle of battle. I can just fucking do it. It only lasts an hour. With a 2-hour summoning ritual, which requires no magical components or facilities, it lasts until it will obediently serve me until it's destroyed or dispelled. It may be dismissed or called freely while it remains summoned. Spirits are dismissed instantly if the summoner dies.
because I'm seeing a water tower on the top of a very dilapidated building, and I'm feeling like dropping a whole bunch of water on top of the heads of some functioning cyber caskets might be a good way to distract people.
I was just gonna pretend my car had a flat.
But
Listen,
the
I
coffin is
did
in your car.
right. You guys would take the coffin out, and then I'll go there. You know, I did do the voice of a cat in this thing called Call of Cthulhu.
No one responds.
I went to
Yeah,
Juilliard.
no one saw that. No one saw that.
Yeah, no one saw it. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Put all my
I guess our
eggs in the
first
Call of
question is-
Cthulhu basket.
Yeah.
The casket's got to go in the back door. Someone needs to figure out. We need to figure out how we're getting in. Do we scout it first, or do we just get through the back door?
Here's the thing. Does anyone have notice as a skill?
Yes.
Oh,
Nope.
all right, Hobo Man, you can do your hobo magic.
All right. So yeah, if you drop me off while you're doing recon, I will spend 2 hours summoning something horrible.
Drop me off
I mean, that's-
nearby at again like the nearest cyber cafe. I will spend some time looking up what might be pick me up.
And I'll guard the coffin, I guess.
I wish mobile data was a thing. I mean, I wish usable mobile data was a thing.
Yeah, I guess we'll guard the coffin. Again, I'm not the brains of the operation. I'm pretty.
We'll guard the coffin somewhere that is not right next to the building we're trying to break the coffin into.
I parked
So
at the
if you
next
need to be
building.
left out here, like stop the car, open door,
Mhm.
turf the shaman.
Yeah, pretty much.
So in an alleyway, I have a 7-step ritual summoning I need to go through here. So you pick a noun describing the basic type of spirit. I am limited in my spirit types because of my foci. It will be a spirit of night because we want to do this sneaky like.
And it is nighttime, right, Indigo?
Yes.
We started this job in the morning, so
Yeah, you got the info in the morning. It took you a little bit to pick everyone up, and then it took you a little bit to go get to your next location subtly across town. So the sun
It was
is
the far
starting to
reach.
set by the time y'all are circling the building and figuring out.
Okay.
All right. It will have a physical form. Let's see. Spirits can appear in any shape. This is the weird wording, and I think it's written backwards. Would you tell me? Spirits can appear in any shape, no larger than a rabbit and no smaller than a draft horse. That doesn't make sense to me.
I think it
Yeah, I
should be
think
no
that's
smaller than a
backwards.
rabbit, no larger than a draft horse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a basically a horse-sized spider.
Excellent.
I am giving it. There is a list of abilities that I can give spirits. I'm giving it the mighty form, which gives it tremendous physical strength, and I am giving it spider legs. It can walk on vertical surfaces.
Nice.
So I summon the night spider.
Horrifying.
Okay, well, you said it would take you 2 hours to summon it, so I guess I'll see what I can pull up and search now. Is that a no roll with this? There you go.
Yeah. That makes the most sense.
I'm going to use my complex cyberware. Per day, I can reroll a failed int-based skill check. I'm assuming a 4 is a failure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What do you double check? Just to double check. What are we?
One of my cyberware that I have lets me once per day reroll a failed int check.
What are you trying
Yeah.
to learn?
Sorry.
That's what I was clarifying.
Oh,
What are you
I'm
trying to learn?
I'm trying to learn basically any info about the facility about to sneak in. Like, what do people say about what are the rumors about this building? Is there any like someone posting on a forum about like, hey, I used to work here like a year and a half ago, and here's like what it was like. Any like
You're looking at Glassdoor and
kind
Google
of,
reviews
yeah.
about local
Google
spots.
reviews
Yeah.
might be a bit too corporate. I'm looking at like I'm crawling the forums. That's the thing people
Oh,
use
you're
now.
trolling Reddit is what you're doing.
Something like I'm checking everything. I have an hour and a half, so that's quite a bit of time for she'll dedicated sweep. But yeah. So this could be anything. If I wanted to know the main thing, it would be mostly risk. Who are we dealing with, and what might we run into?
All right. Four. Yeah. So you do find information about the box manufacturer that used to operate out of that building. They were bought out 3 years ago by Unity 21 in-house box manufacturing division. Yeah, Batty Boxes
Inside the
used to.
box.
Add that to our list of businesses.
Batty boxes.
Yeah. Since then, it was bought by a private entity. And there was a brief period of construction and retrofitting, and then just every once in a while, there's light activity. But you don't really get much more than that.
Yeah, there isn't really any information I can find since whatever.
Yeah, you can look up like the city permitting board and stuff to see like, oh, they did some renovations after it was sold. But like that's about all you get.
So when you pick me up after an hour and a half,
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
have
ask, should I set up?
convers-
Oh, go ahead.
Or I want to ask. So you said you were in Call of Cthulhu. What other roles have you done?
Oh, well, I've done stunt work. I did stunt work on this thing that had to do with like a space Viking. There's also this weird show. Like, imagine if World War II was won by giant mech robots. I did stunt work on a show like that. Did a lot of voices and stuff. I just came off of a thing called Balancer. Just a pilot.
And what sort of things do you need to do as a stunt worker?
Mostly take a lot of hits. Mostly fall down a lot. Jump through car windows. I do stunt driving.
So I take it that needs a lot of physical adeptness.
No, you just need to be able to get hurt and then get back up. That's about it.
Do you like your job?
I look around the empty parking lot that we're standing in with his coffin's like, well, I'm here, aren't I?
That's good. And then we
Yep. I go back on my phone.
every so often you get like a question as I'm like, yes, I found another one. I will ask you this and try and start a conversation.
Do we need me to set up a distraction at all? Because I would need an hour to mobilize my Discord mods.
I think it's always a good idea to actually set up a distraction.
What are you gonna do? What are you distracting from?
I was thinking I could mobilize people to not only get us like a moving truck to in case we need to like move stuff out of there, but also just be like, hey, we're starting up a pop-up show in this parking lot.
In the building. It's abandoned, clearly.
It's a clearly abandoned building. That's what you do.
All right, so you're texting people, being like, "Everyone meet in this parking lot of the abandoned building. I'm doing a crime in."
Yeah, I'm doing a thing. I'm doing a pop-up show.
A pop-up breaking and entering.
Eventually, the questions from me start stopping down just because, like, oh, you're busy. I'll let you do it.
I'm just doing stuff for the job. Distractions and gotta get some content for my Patreon.
Yeah. What's the horrifying spider doing?
Climbing on top of
Nothing
the car.
until we
Once we
All
My
right.
car?
yeah.
Oh,
build a
Yeah,
nest
yes,
by the water
no.
tower.
There we go. I've turned my mic up. It's better. I realized that with stuff that's been happening the past 2 weeks, I've been on voice call things that have lowered my own computer's mic volume. That definitely is frustrating about Zoom and similar programs.
Okay, so we've basically spent an hour or two doing various things. I guess we do the pickup in reverse then. So pick up the
Yeah.
cyber cafe and then show up back at the back door of the thing where we have a spider in tow and hopefully is starting to gather crowd out front.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Paper looks like she's trying not to look nervous.
yeah, it's just kind of waiting to see who's going to make the first move to get in the building.
I'll start distracted if you guys want and see if anyone comes out.
So far, all you've seen outside is security cameras.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have asked this earlier, but does anyone have the skills to actually open the door? Because I don't. Like, do I see see a hacking pad or just like a physical lock?
Some doors
on
can be
that
hacked,
door?
some can't, and you can usually tell when looking at them.
Yeah, I mean it has a keypad entry on the back door, as would be normal for this kind of establishment.
All right, so you go and distract you, and then the rest of us will stay back here. I guess this car will be manned until you get back, so you're going to need to slip away at least somewhat soon. You've still got your cell phone. I've got your Uber number, so I'll text you for a ride when the time is right, and then come back here and get out.
Are you saying that to me?
Ooh.
Or
No, I'm saying that to the
okay.
driver. All right, Vapor, you're up. Can you get us in the door, please?
Sec. I just say like sec and then like start messing with my own cyber deck and changing some settings on it.
I'm assuming you're all still in the car at this point.
No, I think they're out
No,
of
I
the
think
car.
we've all gotten out of the door. We're like huddled around the door at this point, and
I'm going to the
Yeah.
front to start the distraction.
Yeah.
I'm busy getting the coffin onto the back of the spider.
I'm just
By
doing this.
yourself.
Like,
There's
I
a
don't wanna see it. I
camera
don't wanna
in the
see it.
front, in like the front area, isn't there?
Yeah, pointed at the doors. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not
But
going
not
up
in
to
the
the
back
door.
area. We're fine.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a
There's
one
a
at the
camera in the
back.
back area too.
The camera pointed at both doors.
Okay, so I'm
gonna-
gonna try to sneak up to the camera to try and hack it.
But yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna try and wirelessly hack it, which will apply a penalty to me, but it's better than nothing. Now we're gonna start breaking up the hacking rules.
Could the spider help get you up to the place and just ride the spider?
Yes, actually, I'm totally good with that. Shaman, have you told us about the spider?
Yeah,
They're
it's
probably
pretty obvious
seeing
there's a
it.
spider of
Okay, it's
a
not
spider
staying
made
next
of
to you.
darkness.
Okay, I say, what's his name?
Doesn't have a name. It's not like Ray Ray, though. This one's a little ornery.
I just nod after that, but I don't actually seem very disturbed by the spider. But I am willing to ride it up to the camera, just like up the wall, holding on. Do I even need to? Do I need to make a sneak roll to get to the camera if I am by the spider walking up?
I do think the
wall?
spider skimmy does bypass the camera's viewpoint as you approach.
Okay.
It solves that roll. So yeah, hacking rules. I'm assuming it's the hacking a device or server mechanic.
Yeah. So the thing I was doing messing with my cyberdeck before is in order to hack a camera, I can access the node in general, but if I want to deactivate the camera, I need to have the verb deactivate and the subject camera both loaded onto my cyberdeck. I have deactivate. I don't have camera, but as an expert programmer, once per day I can switch one subject to another. That's what I was doing. I'm going to switch cyber, aka cyberware, which I had loaded in. I'm switching that to camera. And that is a once per day thing. I can switch one subject to another. So now I have both deactivate and camera. My intent is to deactivate the camera. But let me go through. Let's go through the hacking rules. There's a step-by-step process for hacking, a lot like So
check your so step 1, check your deck CPU rating. Do you have a free point of CPU?
I have not used any, so yeah, I have. I think
Cool.
let me go look. 2 CPU total.
As a move action, jack in to the device. The spider assists with that portion.
Yep. So there's 2 potential penalties that could apply. Neither apply in this case because I'm jacking in a person with the proper stuff.
As a main action, run your program,
Deactivate camera.
which we determined what the program is.
Sorry.
We already did that.
I'm actually going to use a different thing. Deactivate camera just turns the camera off and it's pretty obvious. I'm using glitch camera. So this will make it temporarily deactivate but be a lot less obvious to anyone watching inside. We have 3 rounds or 18 seconds to get inside when that happens.
Yep.
Does that go with everyone?
Considering we've been standing outside with the coffin directly in the camera's range the entire time.
I assume it wasn't
No,
in the
it's been pointing-
camera's range.
It's been pointing at the door, right?
Okay, so we're
It's
going
pointed-
to
it's
assume we
like-
were
It's
intelligent.
if you
about this.
think about there's like a wall, and then the loading dock with the door, and then the different bays. The camera's on the wall, so it can catch like all 3 of the loading bays and the back door in one camera shot. Not really pointed at the parking lot.
All right.
So as a main action on the program, as part of this, I roll an int program check versus the target security difficulty, which is at the bottom left corner of the thing. Helps Indigo set what the target number is. So
I have the target number. There's a handy dandy chart I'm using to determine
Yep.
common security levels and then plus or minuses based on whatever. So you're looking for a target number 7. Target number 7.
Yep.
Or difficulty 7.
Let me check if there's anything else I can do to help with that. No. Target number 7. I think that's everything. Yeah, +2 to this roll and is what I should have in total. Oh, the dice.
All right, you run your program.
And we
With
sprint
a
to
5?
the door.
So with a 5, I know it won't work. On a failure, you're losing.
Oh,
With a 5,
well.
you lose any access you spent for no benefit. The program fails to run. I potentially alarm the network. Every 2 failed skill checks counts as 1 triggered alarm. So I can try. Basically, I can try it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I
So it has not alerted the network, is what you're saying.
It has not alerted the
2
network until I
fails.
fail again. I did spend 1 access, which is basically a resource I have that will reset after, I think, 10 minutes. But every time I try to do a hacking thing, I spend that access.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still 7 then.
Yep. So I can try it again. This is much more dangerous if there's like active things against me. There we go.
Yep. 7. This time it clicks into place. Basically looping random clips from the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm going to take that access back. I was wrong. This is when things are complicated. The glitch action itself, the glitch verb, applies a +2 modifier to your skill check. That it's only temporary, but it's easier to do. So that previous 5 would have been a 7.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's just
It works
weird.
the first
It works
time.
the first time. And I wave everyone through, starting with the spider.
Yeah. Don't mean the door's locked.
Oh, okay. Right, the door's locked. In that case,
You have 3 rounds.
okay, perfect. So if we're gonna go by round by round, my second.
You set the 3-round limit with
You're
the
right.
glitch on that camera.
And I have 3 rounds to both get inside, but also to hack the door open.
Yep.
I can take 1 extra action due to my focus in cyberspace. So if my move was to jack in, 1 action was successfully to hack it, since I didn't need to do that second one. My second action will be to move between nodes, which is this version's game of like switching between where you're hacking on the network. So I want to try to move from the camera to the door. If it's directly connected, it may instead go to a central like server that then is indirectly connected back to the door.
Oh, if anything, I was gonna say the locks aren't on.
The locks are not
network.
connected.
Yeah, the locks are their own. Like the cameras will be networked to the main thing because that's how the storage works.
Okay, then I just jack out and start moving myself and the spider up to the door, and everyone else obviously can approach then.
Yeah.
And then I'm
So
gonna
round 2, you're at the door. It's a move to jack in.
move to jack in. If this isn't connected to a network, then I think it's just a program role to like do. This isn't the full hacking rule, so this is not connected to a network. There's nothing it could alert.
Yeah.
In that case, so it's just try to do it fast enough.
Also gonna be like an 8.
Be harder than usually things connected to a network would be harder than things not connected to a network. I think.
No. The camera was shitty.
Okay.
So it was 7.
Well, I got a 6 because I cannot roll above a 3 on d6s apparently.
Is there? Do you
Let me
add
check.
anything to that?
Yeah, I do, because I'm still glitching it, aka temporarily unlocking it. Let me check if that works. So I have machine, which is what... Oh, I don't know if this is machine or door. I don't actually have door. I take it back. I don't have the door
Do you have
verb.
lock?
No.
Do you have lock?
Oh, no. You're severely overestimating how many programs I can load onto this terrible cyber deck.
Like 2.
No, if you
Well,
want a door open,
machine
you gotta
is
kick it
the-
open yourself. It's not connected to a network. Now that I've confirmed it's not connected to a network, it won't raise the alarm if you just kick it open. Go ahead.
I noticed that we have some hesitation here and ask if the spider can kick the door open really
Is it?
fast.
It has 8 legs.
I'm checking. Hang on. Because it can't actually attack unless it has violent will. I don't know if that's attacking the door or not.
We don't want it to attack the door. We just want it to go
Ah.
through the door.
With Mighty Form, it can, with a main action, smash down an interior wall or standard exterior door. That is a thing it can do.
I have something else I can do. I forgot. I can not hack the door open. I can mechanically rewire the door open. My fix is a 0, but I have a cyberware that will actually make it a +1.
You want to try that before the spider ram?
It'll probably be stealthier. We good with it? If
I
do that?
kind of like committing to the spider ram at this
I'm
point.
good either way. Yeah.
Because It didn't work. Okay, we have 18 seconds. Go, next plan.
That's true. You're right. We have like
Yeah,
12
we're-
seconds. Let's
the
go.
three of us are pulling that damn coffin over to the door so the spider doesn't have to come back and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're probably trying to. Shaman. I'm guessing you're trying to direct the spider, maybe, to not kick the door entirely off its hinges, but leave it so that we can still make it look closed after we break in.
Well, that would depend now, wouldn't it? So when I'm commanding a spirit, it has to do with its nature as to what type of how difficult things are for me. So if I'm giving it a command, difficult ranges from 8 from a deeply distasteful command, 11 for a suicidal order, or 13 to act directly contrary to its basic nature of night.
What is more night than getting your door kicked in?
Night, I think Night likes closed doors.
That's fair.
Like at night,
Honestly,
one closes their door.
at this
So,
point, I don't think we're
opening-
going for stealth. We're going for inside, and ideally not our faces on the camera.
Well, the reason I used night specifically was that night is quiet, night is hidden, night is,
That's fair.
They're all good reasons to pick Night, but I do think nighttime likes a closed door.
So you're saying it would be a 13 to get this. It is directly counter to its nature
Those numbers
to
are so
burst down
big.
this door.
Yeah,
Those numbers are so big.
Yep.
What's the step down from that?
So it's 8 for a deeply distasteful command, 11 for a suicidal order, or 13 for a directly contrary to the spirit's basic nature.
Is every command distasteful? Is that what that's implying?
It's implying that you don't roll until it's distasteful.
Yeah,
I think.
that's how this game works. Is you only
Okay.
roll if it's something
Yeah.
significant.
Sorry, 8 works fine. It's not against the concept of Night to break open a door, but it does.
Yeah, Night's
it is a
when
little
break-ins-
bit
break-ins
distasteful.
happen.
It's not let's turn the sun on. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
so I think an 8 seems fair.
commit effort for the scene and roll my summon skill. I'm guessing. Oh, there we go. With charisma,
Nice.
11.
Huzzah!
there we
Yeah.
are.
So the spider charges to the door and turns into a door of shadows or whatever, and then like opens the door.
I
And
like
I think
the charge, and then
carrying-
it just kicks it.
Carrying the coffin between the three or two of us, I think we just kind of get through the door in time.
Yep.
Close
And at
the
least
door.
on my part, I kind of
Load the coffin back onto the spider.
Yeah.
What are we seeing around us as the coffin is being loaded with the spider? I'd probably drop the coffin as soon as possible.
Yeah, so you get the spider loaded up, and obviously it's dark inside, but you do recognize the telltale red glow of server rack lights as you enter into a warehouse space, and there is a comical cyberpunk center core of servers that like reach up to the ceiling.
So, as just of note, dedicated summoner. I didn't read it fully when we put it on my sheet. It gave me a bonus focus pick as well. I have soul sight. I can see living non-plant creatures even in complete darkness, and can identify specific cyber they have implanted.
Hmm.
You have
said-
dark vision.
All right. So you have
Keith said-
weirdo ghost
Oh,
vision.
I should
So-
note I also have infrared eyes and positional detection ears. So I can hear where anyone is within audible noise exactly.
Yeah. So let's
As
So
let's
I'm
go.
completely in the dark, but no
Yes.
one else here is.
I can go a little further with it. As a main action, I can focus on a person to identify their mood, any significant health problems, and a sense of whether or not they are planning immediate violence.
That's
Hmm.
amazing.
But yeah, the soul sight pierce VR coffins.
I
Mm,
think so. I don't see why a
Doesn't
layer of
say-
red
It
It
doesn't
in
say it
between
pierces
you.
anything, actually.
yeah, just darkness. Like I can't see through walls or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can see through your spider.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a empty building then.
So is there anywhere that we can actually jack this coffin in, or is it like, no, there's nothing?
Right now, you're in the dark with the server rack tower. Your infravision friend can track the giant spools of wires that lead off from the tower. As you turn to look at the walls, you do see that it is just warehoused coffins. So, like, lining the walls,
Mhm.
multiple
Okay, so there's a bunch of
levels.
coffins on the walls, but they're not actually plugged into anything?
They're plugged into the giant server rack in the
Okay,
middle.
they are.
We found an
Is there any
underground
empty
vampire
spaces?
server farm.
Is there any empty
Yes.
spaces? The person who can't see any of what is being described asks.
I mean, you guys
We
probably
can
have to like look
describe, like, what we
around.
saw, what we can
Yeah,
sense.
you have to like look around. You're gonna have to like wander around a little bit to find some empty space or to really figure out like what's happening. But yeah, it's a vampire den. There's a bunch of coffins.
Actually, looking around doesn't matter. We were going to take extra coffins anyway. I basically tell people in a hushed whisper, okay, pick one, take it out. We'll put this coffin in, we'll take the photo. Then we can take them both back out again.
I want to listen and watch for. I don't have any notice, but I at least have the senses for it. Any kind of like defenses or like alerts or even someone who might be on guard here themselves.
Yeah, I'm doing a distraction out front while you guys are doing this. So if any guards are coming out, they'd probably be coming toward me.
If any guards are coming out, we'll have different roles going on. In that case, if you're not paying attention to me, I'll kind of... Shaman? Can you see a coffin that we can take out to plug this in?
That's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Then take one out, please.
Which one?
The one there, and having unable to see anything, I just point somewhere.
All right.
Do I need to make a roll to find anything, or is there, or do I not see anything when I look around for danger?
You can make a notice roll if you want to see anything more specific.
Right.
But can we make notice rolls if we have -1?
I have a -1 on notice. However, my eyes give me a +1 to, when specifically looking for things or keeping watch, and another +1, which I won't add in automatically, to notice thermally unshielded living creatures.
Oh, if you haven't even got a level 0 in the relevant school, you take a -1 penalty to roll.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
the normal.
can still do it.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's a 7.
A 7, and you can notice thermally unshielded.
That's a +1 to notice thermally unshielded people who are concealed. So it's an 8 if that's relevant.
Yeah. So there's definitely light heat signatures radiating out from the coffins.
So I say, just out loud, quietly enough for everyone to hear, but not that loud. They're all people.
We knew there were people. Take that one out, please.
All right, someone's got. There's a roll to remove the coffin. It's a complicated setup. If you wanted to try to rip one out, I don't really care what the roll is. It could be strength as you Hulk smash your way through this, or
I'm assuming in asking for strength, I have like none of it. So that's why
I'm just saying, like, I'm
filling out
not
a
really,
review.
I'm not really being specific,
If-
but this is like one of those things where it's like it's a roll to get a coffin out. Y'all can tell me what your approach is.
I can probably, like, I have some fixed stuff that I might be able to use to, like, actually disconnect it the way it's supposed to be disconnected. It won't help with carrying it, but it might help with making that easier. That might even just be a help roll.
Yeah, I mean, I can roll sneak to do it quietly. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can do sneak, I'm happy to help with that.
Well, exert is probably what it would be. I'm guessing if the main obstacle is that it's heavy and hard to move, it would probably be exert. If the
I mean,
main obstacle is
the heavy and hard to move part is just spider help.
yeah, that's
the
correct.
spider fixes the heavy part. So in my brain, the main obstacle is the technical proficiency required
Then I guess I'll do a
to
fix roll.
unplug and plug in a VR system like this.
I guess for the point of the unplug, I personally do not care if it is done correctly. If we
Sell it
hack
for more.
the cord in half, that's fine. Yeah, you're right. It does sell for more.
Okay,
But the first
we
part
can
is
always
to
hack
do
it
the
in
first
half
job
after
best.
if we need to. So
Exactly.
I go up to there and I try to I don't go out of my way to stay hidden, but I kind of hunch over. And it's pitch black. But I think Shaman, with your
It's
sight.
not pitch black. There is specifically red lights
okay.
on the
It's
thing, and there's little
ominously
computer
dark.
LEDs.
Then
Yeah.
It's really hard to see.
Cinematic.
yeah, you can see a blinking light near my face that's revealing that I'm crouched down there. Shaman can pretty clearly see though that one of my hands extends and like a little tiny tool comes out of it. I have an installed Omni hand, which is a full array of mechanical and electronic tools folded into a cybernetic hand. And so I'm using that once per day. I can get a +1 on any skill check involving this tool's use, and it can be used, for mechanical electronic stuff.
This feels relevant.
Yep. So my fix is 0, +1 from the cyberware is...
Just to toss this in, if anyone can help, if you roll your relevant skill check, if it's a success, you add a +1. If it's a failure, there are no negative consequences.
I'll let you
Yeah,
know ahead
if
of time.
anyone-
This is difficulty 9.
If
Because this
anyone
is
has something they can help
better
with,
than the equipment at the door.
I am willing to accept help. Begrudgingly willing in character, but willing.
Sneak for keeping watch in pitch blackness? I don't even believe my own pitch for
I
that
think
one.
I might have to do it myself then, if no one else. Yeah. Okay. What type of stat would this be? Dex or int for knowing where to do it? Dex for doing it carefully.
I'll take interdex unless someone has a good argument for another one.
I'll do int. 9. Okay, I got it.
Ooh. Yeah, so you get the coffin and then it starts falling. You're like, help, help, and then the
Thank
spider
you,
legs
cyberware.
come up. So yeah, you have disconnected this coffin. It doesn't
plug
appear to
the
be
other
the
way.
exact same model as the one you're delivering, but similar.
Can we deliver the one that we have without a separate roll, or?
Yeah, it'll be pretty easy to
Get your.
to plug this one back in.
I'm not helping with that. I'm taking out my pistol, and I start to open the coffin that we just removed.
I
come
am-
over and hold your hand
Okay.
with the pistol.
Yep.
And I show you a sword.
I
I
say
am way too preoccupied with taking photos of the coffin to have any
in
idea.
the middle
what
of the
you
night, so
were
there's camera flash with the ridiculous glare in pitch black in the background, but too white in the foreground.
Oh my god. So I'm imagining we see this happening in the background of the pictures, but it's so off to the side.
Yep. So you grab my hand. I say, we don't know that they want to be here.
Seems like useless weight anyway. I'm not a good person.
Yeah, I say, if they're hostile, kill them. If they're not,
So just kill him
let
then.
them free.
Easier to just, stab
I
you.
open the door.
You open the coffin.
So
All right.
this is not the coffin that we were given for the job. This is the coffin.
Yeah, this is
the other coffin.
I got you. If I could have you roll initiative.
Oh Lord.
It's the only way I can figure out how to make the timing work on this.
Okay.
To be fair.
Can we maybe, instead of rolling initiative, flash to what's happening at the front of the building?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the win-lose on these?
Think players win ties. me check. That wasn't Stars What Number, I think. Players win ties.
Let's see.
Initiative.
Initiative.
Players win ties. That's on page 33, step 2 on the left column.
All right. Because I tied. I also rolled initiative.
Yep. For Vampire Minion, I see.
I'm assuming that low is bad in this case.
Yeah, because it's a D8. Yeah. I like how on I control had for initiative, I got to cyberspace combat, and it says if you're already in meat space combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What page
So
of the
you-
book are
you-
you guys on?
33.
Yeah, so
Thank
you
you.
open the door, and this gangly vampire fella, like in a ripped white t-shirt and heart boxers, like, vampire jumps out of the coffin at you, giant prosthetic fangs, lunging towards you.
You're
What
saying
do you
it's
do?
unarmed.
I mean, I'm literally ready to stab it. So
Yep. But you don't have the initiative yet, so I... since-
actually, we do because it's side versus side. Highest
Oh.
decides which side goes first. We go, then they go.
Oh,
Oh
that's...
Do
God!
all of
I
us
only-
get to go?
Yeah, each member of the side gets to turn. Oh, so each side rolls an initiative. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're right. All 3 of us go. 4 if Jordan hears what's going on. And I need to rejoin as a player, but I know how many hit
Oh,
points that
we
thing
should have
is,
only done one roll though. So the first roll
which
is the only
is
one
the
that
tie.
counts.
a
The
win
first
for
the
us.
4 was the tie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no, we can all go.
Okay.
Shaman, do you want to stab it?
Yes, yes, I do. With my sword, I stab at thee. 14.
14.
If it has AC less than 15, that's up to 3 damage instead, because I think the minimum shock is minimum damage as well.
It's AC 10.
I think shock is if. Let me see. I'll look up shock.
I mean,
So he
it
takes
says
4
AC
damage.
lesson.
It's if you miss. If you miss and your weapon's shock rating is equal to or higher than the armor class of your armor class, you still inflict shock damage, as explained on page 36.
But I
Mhm.
believe the page will basically say if you hit and your damage is less. Maybe I'm mixing it with maybe that's only in Stars That Number.
Getting to it.
Oh, and attack never does less damage on a hit than it would do in shock.
Yeah.
Attack
Yeah,
that would normally do
don't.
4 points of shock to AC 15 to target, AC 13. Or okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you deal 3.
So 3 damage. So you stab the sword straight through the vampire as it comes up. It's
It's been impaled, but not
It's
through the
been
heart, so it's
impaled.
not dead.
Wait a minute.
not through the heart, not quite dead yet.
That
It is-
damage isn't right. It didn't roll the damage die.
You're correct.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Where the hell? Oh, 'cause I didn't fill it up right. 1d8.
Okay.
I just roll a d8.
Yep. Let's see what it is.
Oh,
Never mind, it's dead.
5 damage.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, jumps up, clearly hostile, about to attack us, and then gets stabbed.
Yeah, straight through the heart.
It's the thing about these vampires. You gotta go right for that middle bit right there. Right in the heart.
Standing with
Yeah.
the pigeons.
I think,
you gotta get 'em right now.
Yeah.
I
Vapor
turn
looks at
around
you
and
and says, "Thanks."
I turn around after this is all done and essentially said, "Okay, we've got the evidence. We've got to get the what happened."
Well, we got less weight to carry.
Okay. This one's still more expensive. Moving right past it. Let's get it out first. We'll get this one out second. Can your spider carry both?
Yeah, got a scale. How much do they weigh?
This one's about 200 pounds. That one's lighter now. I think we can probably get 3. In the meantime, would you mind taking or Vapor, can you take out the third one? We'll load these ones onto the spider and then we'll get out. That's probably enough, right?
Another?
Yes, another coffin. We'll take as much as we can.
Where are we gonna put them?
The spider.
Out front, I'm doing a concert outside the back of a moving truck.
Okay. So I don't know if I need to roll. Since I successfully took out the first coffin, do I need to roll to take out each future coffin?
No, but when you turn back to look at the coffins, you do see that some of the lights on the coffin side are slowly turning to change silvery, and that is the lights are creeping towards the red lights are slowly turning like a silvery light, clearly radiating from the coffin
They're waking up.
you plugged in.
That's fine. We need to unplug it and get it out. It's worth money.
Oh, I think
Yeah, it's a cyber bomb. I think that's probably killing them.
100%. Yeah.
Yep. Which given what happened with the first one we woke up, I have no issues with.
maybe we take the other coffins instead of the one we plugged in.
We don't know how much the other one's worth. This one was worth a lot.
What are we doing?
I mean, I'm just waiting
Vapor
to
kind of
load my spider, I guess.
yeah. Vapor spaces out for a short bit, looking at this happen and realizing what's happening.
Hey, kid, I'd start shaking you.
Yeah. she snaps out of it and looks at you.
We gotta go.
Take the coffin onto the spider.
She'll help.
You have to start by
She'll
yourself
do what she's
trying to, like,
directed.
lift?
I'm trying to, but I have a strength that's like ridiculously
It's an empty
low.
coffin. It's probably only like
Yeah.
1 to 200.
No,
pounds
this
now.
is the full. I'm trying to work with the full one that we just plugged in.
You're trying to remove it while it's still doing whatever it's doing.
Yup.
Oh,
If no one's paying
I'll
attention,
help.
I'm.
Yeah, I hesitate, but I help.
That's
That
the one
this
that's worth
one-
money.
Yeah, while it's running its program, you might need to do a thing about that. Do you want to do a thing about that? You just want to rip and see what happens?
I'm currently in a space where I'm doing what I'm told, so I'm not making that decision.
Okay.
And if
You're just
I've
someone,
ripping
been
it out.
telling you. I've been telling you to do this for a while now. So.
all right, I'm gonna rip it out. In the middle of that, yeah.
Yeah, you rip it out, and the lights stop increasing. I guess they're not all quite silver yet, but almost.
Doesn't matter. We've got an empty coffin on the spider. We've got a full coffin on the spider. Do we want to go for a third, or do we want to get out of here?
But yeah, the coffin that both of you are now struggling to load onto the spider, the one you showed up with, is starting. You feel movement inside of it.
I think if we feel movement, we leave. That's
Yeah, do we just
probably a good
bolt?
cue to get out. Yeah, we got as much as we're going to get. We want to make sure this one stays contained.
Okay.
All right. So how many coffins are currently on the spider? Just the one?
One.
Two.
The one
Okay.
that you stabbed a vampire out of.
Yep. And no,
I
we're
thought we got the second one loaded on.
Are you
That's-
taking the one that's moving?
that's the
Yeah.
one that started. You are
That's what we're
taking.
currently loading onto the spider. It's the most
As
important.
it's moving.
Yes.
Y'all got a bungee cord or something?
We'll stabilize the coffin. It'll be fine.
Sword.
Let's just get out. And I start pulling out my cell phone and texting, we need an Uber. And then just
Yeah, and
press
Vapor
the
just
button.
says
Here.
sword.
Yeah, I'm standing, I guess, next to the rattling coffin that's on the spider.
So is it one coffin or two? Just one?
Right now we have 2.
Okay, two. Okay.
We might end up
The
with
one you came in
one.
with that is moving. The one you murdered someone out of.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. So I finished my pop-up DJ set. With the 100 people out front.
Mhm.
Just the next guy comes up behind you, I'm assuming.
No,
The
no, no.
party doesn't stop.
No, I need the van that we're in.
Yep. You're just like suddenly
I
like,
go-
oh, okay, this is great, guys. Good, thanks for coming. Bye, and then just drive
I'm
away.
just trying out some new
No.
material.
As we get to the door with the spider, I turn to the rest of them and say, "About the cameras outside, they're active again, right?"
I nod.
It doesn't matter as we're about to go on break, and you hear a punch
A
inside.
metal crunching noise.
A metal crunching
finger
punch from inside the coffin, and you see in the infrared vision not a human hand, specifically not a human hand, punch out of it.
Wolf hand.
Yes,
Come on,
it's a wolf
was-
hand, clearly.
$100 million. Or however much it was.
100,000.
$100,000.
It was 100 million. We
punched
never would have come
through.
here.
Ugh, now it's all
and then we
worthless.
cut to commercial break where we get advertised razors and dip and some sort of chip adjacent product.
Yep.
You see, there's in a lot of the commercials, Logan is in the commercial.
Yep. Okay, we'll be back
Yeah.
in about
Yep.
10 minutes. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 1 of Cities Without Number, Sunburnt Steel. So,
Yep.
things are already getting real strange.
Yep.
As you do in a cyberpunk world, we are about to encounter a werewolf.
Yep.
I didn't
It,
nickel for every time we had a werewolf in a cyberpunk world, and I have 2
it,
nickels.
Yeah. There's a werewolf fist punching out of the cyber vampire coffin that you smuggled into the cyber vampire den and unplugged the werewolf coffin before whatever the silver lights were doing. But in the process woke up said werewolf inhabitant. This is why the coffin was so heavy.
So much money lost.
We can
So yeah,
probably.
I would
do
like
that.
us all to roll initiative again.
Well, one of us rolls initiative.
Yeah.
Who
Who
wants
is
to- when I was
closest to the
looking-
coffin?
No, you everyone rolls initiative. Highest initiative determines the side.
Okay.
Have
see
you roll
Each
first?
side.
I see each side rolls
side
initiative
rolls
plus the
initiative.
best dex. So whoever's the best dex rolls
Modifier.
initiative. I plus 1.
I have +3.
Oh, okay. So Stunt, who is now there,
Mm.
has rolls +3. You got a 9.
I think
That
you
is
go
more than
first.
an NPC is capable of having.
Yep, I totally rolled a 1 for the wolfman. He is caught in the coffin lid, apparently.
Yeah, catches his wrist or arm in the cords.
Yeah, it takes him a little bit to get out, but he stands up. He got the wolf face and robot wolf ears, and they're not covered
Before
in
he-
fur. Just
before
a
he
little,
gets
like a robot dog.
Cell is
like,
just yelling, open the door, make it so that he doesn't rip any more holes in the coffin.
Yep. He throws the lid off, and he's got big wolf claws and paws on feet and stuff. Totally wearing ripped jorts for modesty.
Of course.
He looks like Michael J. Fox in the Teen Wolf.
Yeah. Specifically, he has beast claws, wolf eyes, and hide.
Mm.
I've been considering what biotech looks like based around the cybernetics.
Excellent.
So within the side, we go first. How do we decide which of us goes first?
We just
Oh,
Whoever
Andy
wants
has
to.
a shotgun. This is a salient point.
So we're like, we can take him,
Werewolf
and then he
with a
reaches
shotgun.
down into the coffin and picks up a shotgun.
Shotgun, yes.
It comes to full height, like howling at the moon with its claws extended. Reaches down and picks up a sawed off.
He's like, there's silver bullets in this.
Not for me.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Well, we had someone who was ready with a sword right outside it. We could say that
Yeah,
goes
but I killed the
first.
last one, so have some fun.
Fair
We can all go
enough.
first.
Yeah.
So
Sure,
is it still
then I'll
in
go.
the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Get
there's
that
still a
shit
closed door
outside.
and a camera.
I think we don't care about the camera at this point.
I don't know. I'll still avoid it if I can. Well, I'm gonna shoot it and run away, so I'm gonna start by shooting it. I have a minus
Okay.
1.
Mhm.
This will be fine. I rolled a 0 to attack with a natural 1 minus.
You missed.
-1.
We don't even know what it would have done to him because you don't shoot it at him. You shoot the wall. You hear it ping off a coffin.
Yeah, so anyone who has even it is clear to everyone, whether or not you have basic firearms training yourself, that Vapor has probably never fired a gun before until this
Nope.
moment.
There's the sticker on it still. It
Yeah.
does say sale.
Sitting there
There's like
trying
the
to-
sales sticker still on the piece of crap pistol you have.
Yep.
You're sitting there trying to pull the trigger, and I just reach over and click the safety off. And
Yeah.
bang.
And it
Yeah.
rips through the sales sticker. It's like,
That
Yep.
was across the muzzle. Yes.
yeah.
Yep. No, she's like panicking and yeah, she shoots and then she like realizes the recoil and is shocked by it a bit. And then my move action is just going to be moving away from the werewolf. I don't know how close I am to it, to be honest.
Are you going
You
out
move.
or
You get
through
towards the door. You get to the door.
That's fine. I don't care about the camera as much as I care about the werewolf if I have to pick.
Yeah, one move action from the site of the action to the door.
All right.
It gets another action. The door's closed, but you can interact with it as you will with your actions and such.
Okay, that's my turn.
I'll go next, so it's going to get complicated. So the first thing I'm doing is actually pulling out my weapon, which I am doing with level 1 of this. Sorry, I pinged the wrong thing first. Which means that I can pull out the rifle on my back before it takes a main action. Then I'm going to use the ghost thingamajigger to once per game day as a move action, move up to 10 meters without anyone seeing me move, which in this case is I want to move into point blank range directly next to the werewolf
Yeah, you
and
teleport.
literally point the rifle into his head.
Oh.
I can't see in the dark. We're gonna do something
Oh.
horrible.
So you're gonna do the because you still take the -4, but you're
But
like
you can't
it's
see the
I am
dark, so
aware.
it's...
So I am then going to pull the trigger, and we will see how it goes. Press weapon, modifier -4, submit. I don't know what I needed to hit it. Was that a miss?
10 is usually the minimum.
Yeah, probably
Nope,
not.
that's
Yeah.
not a miss. So that's a miss?
That's a miss. It bounces off chest hair.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
Oh. You shoot him anyway.
Yep.
Oh,
You
you
did, in
dealt
fact.
max damage on that.
And aim for the head. All right. Let's roll HP.
Oh, that's a lot of HP. I saw the GM roll because I'm still a player, but whoa.
All right. How much damage do you do?
13.
13.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah,
All right.
that didn't kill it.
Oh.
It didn't kill it. You shoot it in the head, and it gets angrier. Who's next?
I still actually have a move action,
Oh, good.
which
That seems like a safe time to take it. You're within claw and/or shotgun range.
as part of Ghost, I get fighting withdrawal as an on-turn action, so I can just use it. I'm going to get away with fighting withdrawal as far as I can towards the door, but not close enough that a burst shotgun can hit 2 at once.
Fair enough. Doorward movement.
Yeah, basically.
And a serpentine pattern to shotgun blast. All right.
Like you do.
Hot guy.
Shotguns are
Oh.
like alligators. You run in a zigzag pattern.
I'm still outside, correct?
Yeah, I think you are. With a moving
Okay.
truck.
You're driving the van around back at the moment, I believe.
All
You
right.
wanna
here's a
continue doing that?
question.
Scrape against the camera by accident.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How high is the camera up? Can I use a drive skill to like skid so where the van is like perfectly aligned with the door, and I knocked
You
the camera off.
you do have to drive up the wall a bit to hit the camera with the
Yeah.
van.
Is there a conveniently placed risky ramp with a stunt driver to hit the camera with?
Yeah.
Can you roll luck?
Well, if you just drive so that the back of the van is up to the door,
No
Yeah,
ramp.
that's
it
what I
makes
wanted.
it so the camera can't see us.
The
Yeah,
camera-
that's
We'll
what
just
I'm wanting
camera
to
will
do.
see
I'm wanting
the
to.
car, but it's not even our car.
No,
Right.
it's not our van. Yeah, I want to
just go in the
skid to
van.
where the van is right, like not blocking the door, but like they could get out the door right into
Yeah.
the van.
Yep. Give me a
So it's just
drive
a-
roll.
Cool. Drive. I
The
assume
luck roll was for the ramp.
that's a 12.
That's a success. You beat the security level. I'm just using the hacking rules. You beat the security level of the camera.
Perfect.
Yeah. There's tinted windows on this van too.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's your
so
turn.
I'm in position. I'm
Shaman,
like, guys, you
sword.
told me. I'm
Old man
ready.
with sword.
Old man with sword. Oh man. Oh man. Here's the question I have for
Keep-
my turn. Do I stay within claw range because it's not a shotgun?
Shotguns still have a penalty to hit if someone's in melee with them.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Like he won't use the shotgun. He'll use the claws if I'm close.
That's probably less damage.
Yeah,
If
I
they-
mean, I
don't
can only
forget about
take
shock
2
damage.
as it is. So
Don't forget about shock damage. So even if he
oh, there
misses,
is
he might
shock
hurt
damage. Yes, that is true. Shit. All right.
We double
Hang
check
on.
the shock
But
damage.
if you kill
on
him,
the-
if you kill him, which
if
I
you
don't
kill
know
him,
if you
he's
can,
dead.
but if you kill him, you won't deal any damage.
This is true.
Assuming he can move, he can get to any of us. Also, does shock damage work with a ranged attack, and if so, how?
No,
Doesn't-
shock damage by the
damage is
claws.
only for melee.
Oh, sorry, not shock. Whatever the crit thing was, trauma.
The trauma
Trauma?
die? Yeah, trauma
Yeah.
die happens regardless, which we haven't been doing, by the way.
How does that work?
So trauma die. Let's nail this down since it would apply
It's a
to
new
the
thing.
rifle. Likely.
Yeah. I see a trauma rating. I see a trauma die. I don't know
So,
how it works yet.
When an attack hits a living creature, the assailant rolls this die. So
Yep.
okay.
every hit has a chance of being a traumatic hit.
Then
correct.
let's see if it auto rolled it, and if it didn't, I guess we roll a die. It doesn't seem like it rolled it anyway, so I'll roll a
didn't.
d8.
Okay. If the total is equal or greater than the victim's trauma
It's an-
target,
8.
What's the trauma
That's-
target of a werewolf?
so it's 6, but can be modified by cyberware or heavy armor. So it might be like a 7 or an 8. That's probably the maximum in this part of the books. It doesn't say maximum, but it pretty much seems like the maximum is 10 for like edges and other stuff that can increase it. But
Pretty much the biggest weapon you can get is 1d10, no matter what. So if it was above 10, it would be what?
yeah, okay, so it can never be above 10.
Yeah, it is. It is an 8.
Okay,
So
that's
I
a success.
did hit it, which times the 13 by 3. So does 39 damage kill it?
39 damage does kill it.
Yeah, the total damage they inflict with the blow is multiplied by the trauma rating. So, yep, it crits.
So your shot killed it. Is that what you're saying?
Shot killed it. It did have an AC of 19, but sure.
AC 19 would have one-shot any one of us.
That was the point. It was supposed to be scary and like able to like mow through you, forcing you to flee. That was the intended purpose of the werewolf.
Instead, it got a rifle round directly to the back of the skull, and I am covered in goo.
Well, hey, it did a wonderful job of establishing me as scary. I appreciate that.
Yep. All right. I guess you're
I didn't
fine.
see
that
it,
trauma
so
die
I'm
is
fine.
fucking brutal. Well, now,
That
just
is
remember,
insane.
That works against us too.
Yep.
yeah, likely, yes, that
Mhm.
does.
It does. So anytime any of us get hit, it might be 39 damage.
Now, here's the thing.
I don't super
Where
like
is
that.
it? Da-da-da-da-da.
It's actually not meant to be that common. And there's
I think it was
cyberware.
just a matter of I rolled the max.
You rolled
Okay.
max damage to be multiplied, and you rolled the 1 in 8 chance for it to even happen on the trauma die.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was extremely lucky. Let's
What's the threshold for making it happen?
hit. It's just on a hit every hit, from what I can see.
So every hit, it is possibility to crit.
Yeah. And
Dang, that also
so
happens
only
with
certain weapons have it.
tables.
The odds of
Oh,
lethal
if I'm
attack
looking at the
inflicting
table,
it's
there's only one that doesn't have a trauma die or a trauma rating here, and that's a taser.
this is
so.
on page 37 that I'm reading
Mhm.
right now. It says when an attack hits a living creature, the assailant rolls this die. Totals equal or greater than the trauma target. It's a traumatic hit with damage multiplied by the trauma rating. Then there's an example about shivving someone and getting a trauma attack based on that. Non-lethal attacks also never trigger it. Sorry. I believe there's also a thing called less lethal attacks in this game.
Yep, less lethal attacks.
Yep. But yeah, that's it. We got real lucky with a crit, basically.
Yeah, so it seems like you only you roll the trauma die, but some character's trauma target might be higher than your trauma die could even be.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
My point
you
was
only
this
even
guy
have a-
was big.
Yeah.
He had 8.
Yeah. Let's see how
Yeah.
we think about it after a few sessions, because this is the
Yeah.
not
this
standard
feels like
version
a
of.
random.
Yeah.
This was very lucky.
Yeah.
This was the equivalent of getting a natural 20 max damage in D20 for the first attack roll.
On your smite as a paladin.
On your yeah, that's true. On your smite with the paladin, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
we
I
have
still think we need to be going fairly quickly because we don't know if anyone else is coming, and now they're having gunshots fired in the building.
we have some much lighter coffins now. Let's load them up, including the one that was
Yeah.
broken open. It can probably be fixed up.
Can we? Do we want to think if we have time to risk getting more off the walls, or no? Let's
If
get
you
out
say,
of here.
I'm down if you say it.
There's also whatever their cool vampire program they're living in.
You know what? This is probably a good time to cut and run. Let's go.
Yeah, there's probably some kind of alert. The vampires themselves that are still alive might, or whatever. Might wake
Yeah,
up.
if you fail one more thing on the network, it pings.
Yeah, I'd
The
rather not.
network
Yeah.
they're plugged into.
Yeah, nope. Let's go. Let's load
Yeah,
up
it's
the
time
two
to cut
coffins we
and
have
run.
and go.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the back of the van and I throw up back the back and go, well, that was easy, huh? As you're covered.
The rest of us were like, let's see, Shaman, you're covered in wolf blood. Vapor looks like she is trying
Got
to
splattered
clamp
by
down
vampire
on...
blood.
Yeah, that's true. I did get splattered by vampire blood.
It's not nearly as traumatic as the wolf blood, but there is like a squirt like
Mhm.
running diagonally across multiple coats
Mhm.
from the stab.
Yeah, I'm still holding my gun tightly.
You look like you had the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have
I
a
am
full blown
trying to-
panic attack, but I fight it down.
I am trying to clean my rifle on the werewolf.
There's fur.
Exactly.
Yep. It's really thick. It does look like it would be as effective as, I don't know. What do I write? Medium armored suit, but made of fur.
Skin him for armor. Bring his body.
I'm not really. Yeah.
That's
I
Any
don't.
other fun things you want to know about the werewolf you murdered?
Yeah. Do we take their wallet?
Yeah, what was his name?
Yeah.
You don't know
What's
the
his
name.
family? Who
There
will
was
miss him?
no wallet. There's no wallet in the jorts.
Oh wait, we get a
unfortunately.
shotgun.
Oh,
He does have a
yes!
shotgun.
Take the shotgun.
Oh yeah, someone might want to take that.
It's a very
guess I
expensive
will.
combat shotgun.
Ooh,
I'll take the shotgun. Sure.
you can have it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make a new. Oh, Indigo. I'm a player now, not a GM. Can you make us a loot handout? We might want a shared loot handout until we divide stuff up.
Oh. Oh, combat shotguns are generally illegal for open sale. So
We'll keep it ourselves. It's not for sale.
Yeah, it's for us, and it can burst.
Oh,
Yes.
Combat shotgun.
Cool,
I
cool,
assume one is the expensive Excalibur coffin, like VR coffin, and the other one's a cheaper coffin.
Also from Excalibur.
Okay.
I think they make
Oh.
Bizarro tech. I think is what.
Yeah.
cool. Mm,
Okay.
Tech with a purpose.
Let's go.
Yep.
Well, I assume.
Load it up.
Yep.
With the creepy spider.
We load it up and,
I
we
think-
get out of there. The spider probably like curls up in a corner.
No, I just dismiss it.
Okay. That's fair.
and I basically just tell like, okay, we need to go to an empty lot, just somewhere where no one will be able to see us, where we can figure all of this out, and
Yeah, where are we
can
going?
figure it out before we get our payment.
I take them to the movie lot.
Back to the movie theater lot.
Yeah.
Where's your car?
Oh, it's parked somewhere else. I can just go get it.
Okay.
All right. So as we hit the movie lot, we kind of decompress a little bit. I'm like, okay, that went pretty well.
Yeah, I feel fine.
There's a little bit of damage, but does anyone know anyone who could? Oh wait, I know a person. Maybe I can call them and we'll see if they can fix the pod before we resell it again. I'm sure it won't be too much, right?
Would my agent know who we could sell this shit to?
I've got
You wanna?
I've got a friend that we can sell this to. He's a black marketeer.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. You got us a
I'm gonna call the
fence.
pawn shop guy.
But first things first, we should probably figure out, make sure that we've gotten our money coming through.
Mhm.
What do we just need to upload the pictures for that? Is it going to come straight to our account? Do we actually need to meet someone? Do you remember?
I think you
I'm
just
actu-
upload it.
I think,
He
yeah,
said
but
just
they-
upload it.
Then then press upload to the pictures and wait for the money to ping through. Does it ping? Or do we have some problems?
Yeah, I gotta see the. All right. So yeah, you did successfully sneak the thing in, and you have
Plugged it in.
proof of that.
We have proof of sneaking it in and plugging it in. If it didn't
Yeah.
do the rest of that, that wasn't
That's
part
not
of the
on
job.
us.
Who knows what happened to stop it happening?
Yeah. So you do get the initial payment that comes through.
Let's go.
And then you call your Pawn Star friend to come get a quote on these coffins you need to unload. And while you're waiting, you do your operator app keeps pinging and updating, and the heat from this job does keep rising as you check back on in on it as it keeps updating. It's been slowly.
What do you mean by the heat?
Oh, there's like a star, like a 1 to 3.
How dangerous
star-
it's going to be, or
no. I was doing the Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, like the
wanted
cops.
stars. Yeah. Apparently, doing nothing about the invasive program has turned this into a bit of a kerfuffle, and a complaint has been levied against you.
Against us? By who?
78.
Oh, the vampire.
by our client? They're like
Yeah.
they were forced to pay us because we technically did the job, but then they are
Yeah.
leaving a negative review.
Yeah.
Look, we did the job exactly to specifications, and I will start a online war
You're
against.
gonna start responding to the comments. Oh no!
Never respond to the comments. We just let it lie.
This is
Yeah,
why I don't have a phone. I don't like those
What's
things.
our heat level?
Oh, let's see how this comment roll goes. Do you have a discussion?
Oh dear.
Listen, we
Your talk
are.
skill?
Oh, you want me to? Oh, yeah.
Not you, the person. How do we get the comments?
Oh, no.
Administer. I'd go with administer. I'm going to say, hey, look, this is exactly what we did. Here's the uploads. Here's the information. We did precisely and I'm pulling up the contract and highlighting. Here's the letter of exactly what we did.
Yeah,
How
and
dare
they're
you come
pulling
and
up.
give us a bad
They're pulling
rating.
up clips from the local news as the building's on fire now.
That's not our fault.
Yeah, we didn't set the building on fire. Someone's covering it up, clearly.
Yeah,
And while
no
you're watching
point-
the clip, you see people banging on the walls, and then scrawny fists are smashing through the windows and pulling firefighters towards their faces.
So do I actually exactly nowhere in the contract did it say we couldn't burn the building down?
I'm
We
not paying you for
follow the
this.
letter of the law. So yeah, do I actually need to roll
Perfect.
administer? I
Give
don't
me
know
an
what I'm
administer
sounds-
with charisma.
Yeah. This is
I'm gonna help.
a flame war.
Yeah,
I
all
would-
right, I'll take it.
Can I help with perform? Like, being able to punch up your language a little bit.
Perform as a punch-up writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Yep,
fits.
all right. You know the perform roll. What is the perform roll? Also
Roll your
has to beat
perform
the target.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to roll against the same DC.
Yeah.
You
11.
win the perform roll,
Yep.
so you get plus
All right,
one.
so you get +1.
And that's how this works.
It's a minimum of
Administer
11.
plus charisma.
Maximum. Yeah, we don't.
7.
That's including
Plus
the plus
1.
one. Oh, so it was
Nope.
8.
Yep.
Yep, that's 8.
So you're not permanently banned,
You get a timeout on the forum.
Shadow banned from the forums.
but all of you,
Oh, I did not
Are-
participate in.
you participated in the mission.
That's true. I
Yeah,
just didn't
it's everyone
participate
who's
in
part
the
of the
forum
mission.
vote flame war.
Yeah, but it's on the mission specific. So,
Yeah, we all
of
share
you
heat.
are.
It's in the
Mhm.
app.
Yeah.
You are on a month-long timeout or an indefinite timeout from receiving new missions on the operator app.
Find him another way.
My stars!
This is
There
this
was
is
no
segueing
point in
into
using
the
this thing
actual.
Perfect
Anyways.
record.
If they were
Yeah,
going to
this
be
is-
so biased about the way they went through these jobs, that is completely unreasonable. We can find jobs somewhere else.
Yeah, that segues into the schemes I built for you.
Yeah, that's big.
You're now
You're not
reliant
firing me. I
upon
quit energy.
operator Craigslist. the mission, basically the quest lines are those that can be received off of operator Craigslist, as opposed to any of the more vetted and
So we
serious.
got banned from the main quests for a bit. Is that
Yep.
excellent?
Yep. So maybe we'll get back to it if someone wants to work on stuff that actually matters in the city and isn't just at the district level and below. You can get back on the actual operator forums where they have real jobs that really matter.
I mean, the other
But
option is I
instead-
could make us a new account by hacking. Me
Yeah,
a fake
can we
account.
hack it? Can we
No.
get
It'll
our
take
own
me some
fixer to get a
time.
job?
It'll take the same amount of time. In the video game world, you're barred and you have a new quest lines available.
Ah,
Fair enough.
perfect.
That's how we have the assassination
Mhm.
quest and the like. Those are the Craigslist quests that I have led you to, but now we need to try to sell some
Yes.
coffins.
It's also
Um,
confidence.
I was expecting having more of it to do trying to escape the vampire infested with a werewolf encounter. It was supposed to be very deadly for you.
It would have easily been a
It
party way.
was.
We couldn't. None of us could take more than a hit, one hit, and we all would have been down.
Yeah.
That'll probably
So
be true for a few
unfortunately, I did have to
levels.
shoehorn in your failure because that's how
That's
I justify
fine.
my quests. But
So, I probably spend a day or two trying to fix up the damaged coffin before we sell that one.
yeah, we have a little bit of downtime, and I know we have a decent amount of time left. I wanted to really talk about the scheme system and picking missions going forward, and then also picking the mission for next time.
Makes sense.
Okay. Do we want to sell the coffins and then do that?
Yeah, we're doing
Just
some
so that we
yeah.
finish off this muffin.
downtimey things with the repair of the coffin. And we'll talk about how new missions work after we sort out the payout. Now there is an additional loot
I
table.
can see that.
Oh, where is that?
That's on page 176.
Yeah. So we will use that to modify your base payout of $10,000
Ooh.
for
That'll be
s-
what the other cheaper coffin's worth, or
just in it for that's the bonus pay because you're not going to get regular value
Oh, I see.
for the
So, go on.
yeah. The PCs are innovative. You roll 2d6, consult the adjacent table. That much of the job's base payout is in movable products
okay.
Yes.
that you
So
can
it's-
reasonably sell. Better rates and repair you add to the percentage. So better rates require a contact with special efforts. You get an extra 25% for having a contact sell it rather than just dumping it.
And I think that's what Zen has, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically,
you're-
this is not going to be the 10 times worth. It's
The
going to be
value is
the
100,000.
1 times worth.
At best, you'll get
times-
25% of that.
Well,
I think-
at minimum, you get 25% of it modifies the base. Let me double check.
Well, I thought it's this seems like this additional loot thing is you take the price of the job, and then if you got extra loot, you roll 2d6, and then that's how much more.
That does make sense, I think. It's disappointing, but it makes sense.
This is the line that's giving me trouble. Yeah. To make you feel better, any competent operator can find a fence, but random fences never give you more than 10% of an object's value.
I think the big thing that would throw me off in future is more better. If we got 5 data sticks and went through 5 extra things to get each data stick, is it still just rolling once, or is it rolling 5
It's
times?
supposed to be rolling once based on this. What it's meant to be is if you want to place loot in a mission, roll it once. That much extra money worth of loot is there in the mission to be looted. And then that's what we can do basically is take that loot. Which let's say 10,000 is a
Okay.
base. We loot 10,000 credits worth of stuff. If we roll that 100% value, then it's an extra 10,000 credits worth of stuff. Then we try to sell it for somewhere between 10 and 25% of that amount. So somewhere between 1,000 and 2,500. So it's a bit complicated because there's basically 2 multiplication factors that's happening to the base payout.
Okay.
First, it's the 2d6 table. Then it's some amount between 10 and 25%.
So basically, the additional loot table is rolled on by the GM before we even do the mission, essentially. On
No,
whether or
it's-
not
If
it's
you
there.
want to put additional loot in the job.
Upon gaining extra loot through the thing, they roll and find out
Yeah.
the value of extra loot.
So you get
Okay.
100% of the base job payout in extra loot for the coffins.
Okay.
So it's an extra 10k in coffins through a fence. That you get cold hard cash. And there's no questions asked about where the coffin came from.
Yeah.
And I vote that we don't sell off the shotgun, which seems useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not selling that.
So there's 20,000 worth of stuff we can sell, and we're only going to get 25% of that. Is that accurate or not?
We already got the 10,000 of the base payout, so I think that we're only really worrying about the second 10k from selling off the coffins.
Yeah,
you
I
can
think it's
get
10,000 in total.
That's with the 10% of the object value calculation. That can go up to 25,000 because you have the contact doing the thing.
I have a friend doing it, so I would assume that's max for 25%.
Yeah, because
so it's 25,000 rather than 10,000.
No, it would be 2,500 rather than 10,000.
2,500 rather than 10,000. Okay.
it depends if
2,500 rather than 1,000.
if
essentially.
Yeah.
yes and no. it'd be 25,000 if 100,000 is still the base value of the expensive coffin. That would be then decreased. That'd be way more than what's supposed to be for the mission, but that's what you've already established was it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Then that would get valued down to 25%, which would be 25,000.
25,000. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Once again, you were supposed to be spooked away from this mission.
Yeah. We did the optional hard mode boss.
So we now
Really, you
split
just
25,000
used all of
between
your
the four
powers
of
at
us.
once to murder the big
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah,
Look,
Marissa
once
likes
we did
fighting
one per
things
scene.
and makes a main character who can fight things.
Here is the thing. If you did not roll max and get that crit,
It was
you would have just immediately
I
died.
still would have been dead. Just straight up dead,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your health? Because I think it could do
5.
Yeah. No.
And I have the most health of the group.
So
Yep.
8750 is total payout for this for each of us,
Oh, that's including
for the original 10.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mess
And the
up
other
the logo for a
25.
second while I look at this. Okay, so I found an issue with the character sheet. The money and other money fields
Are linked.
are linked.
Yeah. It's been that way since the original Stars.
shit.
That's an
Yeah.
easy
Character
fix.
sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use the same variable for some reason. I don't know why.
It's just having made these character sheets, they probably just forgot.
That's what I would guess. I mean, we have at the bottom we have that extra like note field
Yep.
under lifestyle. So
What is our current heat, by the way? What is the numerical value?
Oh yeah, heat.
It's 178.
Yeah, you generated a decent amount because that's what's narratively driving you to these weird missions. I don't know. I rolled on the tables and all the missions seemed silly and weird. So silly and weird.
you know what? Probably heat 1 to 3 because it says
Yeah, you're
you
in the
better
1
stay
to
out of their
3
offices, avoid their security crews. They won't go out of their way to cause problems.
Yeah, we'll give you a 3 for your starting heat value. That should be some
Okay.
motivation to not go off the rails, I guess.
Okay. I will be right back, but that looks good. Is heat then is group wide? Who wants?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll put it. I guess I'll put it in the loot handout. I guess.
Shall we make another handout?
I'm just gonna put
I'm-
it in the loot handout. I'll call it loot and heat because
I'm tracking it in my notes. So
okay.
Does anyone want to actually adopt the combat shotgun?
I should not shoot a gun.
I will not shoot a gun. Well, I
I
have a
can
light
shoot a
pistol,
gun.
but
If you can shoot a gun and you want it, take it.
Cool. I have shoot at 0, but I have a +3 dex. So
That actually
Well,
is
this can
probably better
burst
than
fire
mine.
for an insane amount of damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I gotta look up.
Because I think
combat
it bursts
shotgun.
3, and each one is 3d4 damage, so 9d4.
That's crazy.
I'm going to just edit to get rid of the coffins, which have now been sold.
Yep. Stupid coffins.
I will call it the werewolf shoddy.
Yeah, it's the combat shotgun from the.
Mhm.
I'm definitely not just modifying the random gangster minions in the back of the book for everyone.
Of course not.
just testing something.
So as we have
Okay.
a little bit of downtime here, I'm seeing things like strain on the character sheet. Where would one get strain from?
System strain is cyber mods, like robot bits related.
Oh,
Mhm.
right. And that is
So
what
if you
permanent strain
have
is.
if you edit the sheet and go into the options, like click the cogwheel,
Mhm.
you can add cyberdeck, cyberware, a bunch of other stuff. That might end up adding a strain
Oh,
tracker.
dear.
Yeah. So healing can add to your system strain. So basically, you have a system strain total. Cyberware fills it permanently. And then other assorted
it-
mechanics.
Mhm.
So, like, toxins, healing, some magic stuff can tack onto your system strain, but that number goes down. But like that floors out based on you get one system strain back a day, but you never regain system strain lost to cyber implants.
Okay. Yeah, I probably should have read this book more carefully. Instead, I'm kind of on the let's learn as we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do I have to buy specific ammunition for my shotgun?
Yes, ammunition is specific to every single gun.
Got it. Okay, it's not like
And
stars.
to be clear, an empty magazine that holds X amount of ammunition, depending on the gun. The magazine itself does cost 1 weight of encumbrance.
Got it.
Hence why my character has a total of a gun and 2 magazines, and then that's all she can carry.
Yeah. I mean, I had my gun and my magazines, and then I still had some left over. So with the shotgun, I could do much more.
Magazines are 12 on the shotgun, if I remember correctly.
Mhm. Yes. So I had to buy shotgun rounds.
Yep.
Do
It
we have
never
to
got fired,
actually,
so it has 12 bullets in it.
hmm
on the downtime, do we have to go and like find someone to do shopping? Or how does downtime work? I guess we should wait till the Spencers
Yeah.
return. Okay.
Downtime shouldn't be that complicated.
Is there
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
downtime section of the book? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's just like stars. There's no structured downtime.
Nope.
Oh,
We wait for Zen to return.
Wait a second. Yeah.
Okay, so we could decide whether or not we lose heat by not doing things for work.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to figure out who to bribe.
ooh.
Yeah. For a loss of 1 heat, that still keeps us in the same low heat bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, it's-
I think one of the challenges is I don't know how important time is. A lot of my things are once per day or once per scene, but I'm kind of assuming that almost everything is a new scene and a new day.
yeah.
So if
Yeah.
we say laying low for the first month, how impactful is that actually? Are we having to pay for upkeep for that month? What does it mean?
Yeah, because
So,
my pop
upkeep,
Bible
and I
thing
know
is
your
also once
cyberware.
every week.
Yes, if you wait for a month, you have to pay rent for that month. If you immediately go back into work, we don't worry about rent.
Okay, so it might be worth it with the amount we were paid to wait for a bit. I say not being wired up.
Yeah, we don't have a psychic. I mean, I know Zen uses it for his stuff, but I
No,
don't know what.
uses summoner effort.
Oh, right,
Um,
uses effort.
Healing and drugs will impact system strain. I think that is the most relevant. Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't use system strain, but I've already described myself as the middle class corporate lifestyle, so I'm paying 1K.
I'm paying nothing because I'm living in my car.
But that
I
eats
don't
your
need
system strain.
Can I... All right, so oh,
Yep.
how are we doing XP also?
I remember there
Yeah.
was fast and slow XP tracks.
Yeah, the
There-
sheet assumes fast.
Yeah. It lets us get a better feel of the system. Oh, character advancement. That looks helpful.
Probably.
Okay, so the leveling is 1 to 10. 10 is the absolute max.
You can go above that if it's the same as stars, though. It's just there's not stuff in the book for going above 10.
Gain experience points by succeeding at missions.
Yeah, he said his internet died.
Yeah.
Succeeding at missions.
Yeah. So 3 experience for the mission.
Which levels us up, I guess.
Yeah, that would level us up.
If you fail but don't completely botch it, I mean, I feel like the heat, like the failure component there.
Yeah. I didn't fail the flame war of arguing back, so
Yeah.
Listen, I made every check I needed to make. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I did. I
It
was
does
hot
say
and I
if the
drove
job's
car.
a. Yeah, I guess. Guess 3, right?
I think it is just 3. It's per mission, essentially, unless we've established, hey, here's some other options. GM guide starting on page 176. Nothing else that we want on that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
3 it is. So we
3
are
it
level
is.
2 at the moment.
Beep boop. All right.
It looks like
Now
the
we're gonna-
leveling slows down as we go higher, obviously. Ah,
Oh, we could talk about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, we're gonna talk about. I wanted to talk about schemes. Um. So these you're supposed to be presented with 3 from your fixers. We talk about it. So schemes are a series of missions that line up to like have a central point. Um, and they're each tracked on the like main Emerald Strip plan. They happen in the different neighborhoods and districts and stuff. Um, each with like their first like starting mission that goes along with them. Um, so basically, we pick a scheme we're working on for the next mission. It has the next one in the lineup. There's like a starter mission, and then you choose to work on it, and then you plan like what the next like thing's gonna be. But they have but that like continues the plot of that mission forward. Um, so the
I
3.
am loving the descriptions on these. At least 2 of them make me just smile so much.
Yeah, so these are 3 you find. Basically, you get 3 job ads. 1 is for a murder, 1 is for a scouting mission, and 1 is for a espionage mission. Oh, cool. I will. And I will update that a little bit, but I just didn't know what they were called. But
Nothing is switched or incorrect as well, but the Hedge District also has some more updates in the handout, which doesn't affect this.
cool.
I have to update the Badlands, so but that shouldn't affect what's written here because it's just the Kingpin of the Badlands.
Yeah.
So a card-carrying assassin was assassinated by the Kingpin's new assassin.
So
Not
I'm
convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that we're the assassins who assassinated the assassin who assassinated the assassin of the Kingpin.
I'm interested most, aside from the amazing assassin, I'm not even trying. I'm most interested in Guns for Good.
Yeah, I kind of like Guns for Good too. See, it's short.
Yes. To kill ghosts
Those guns.
in the war-torn Hedge District.
Where you are as likely to get shot as to successfully walk down the street.
Yep. This group is concerned about vengeful spirits.
Just to
So is
share one
arming
of
the
the things,
populace with.
to share one of the things that was recently detailed, and one of the reasons there might be some vengeful spirits about. Recently in the Hedge District, one of the gangs, the Nano Slicers, who were the idealistic hackers, basically hacked the cyberware of the third in command of every other gang in the group area, and then just had them. Peace talk, definitely. They're idealistic hackers, but it's kind of more of a front of, yes, we were doing this for good. So they walked them into the main square and basically said, talk to each other. And so they stood there staring at each other until someone said, look, there's all the leaders of the other thing, and blew up a mine. And so they are all dead now. Because you don't walk down the street in this without expecting to die. So, yeah, there are a few ticked off groups, aka everyone, there at the moment.
Yeah. So to combat the vengeful spirits, a local anti-ghost organization.
Yes.
Yes, they are passing out ghost guns. And they need help figuring out where to hold their gun drive.
I love it. Yeah, my vote is for that one.
The other missions are to paying for data on missing clients of what is their name? Where did you put it? Oh, it's on the actual like. Okay.
So what are the 1, 5, and 10 milestones and stuff that we are seeing here?
That's when a thing happens to progress the plot line. You do missions and part of the missions generates points for like the counters for the schemes.
So does that mean that for the assassinating assassins and Guns for Good, essentially if you do one mission, because that gives 10 progress points, it would jump us right to the final goal?
I mean, for the assassination one, if you do a mission that impacts with it, but you don't like ace the mission, you get less progress points.
Okay, so if we don't ace the mission, that takes away progress points.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
one, like the acing the mission would be you do the murder and then it's over. But okay. So it'll lead into more things if you like don't totally ace the mission, or even if you do ace the mission, the scheme doesn't strictly stop with the murder. So if you kill him and there's complications, the scheme carries. carries on. I tried to put video game quest line tags on them for the names.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with guns for good. Sorry,
Yep.
I'm looking at all the gear I can buy with my money.
Yeah, I'm down for guns for good as well.
Yeah.
After we have laid low for a month. If we lay low for 1 month, we get rid of the heat to down to 2. If we do more than 2 months, you suddenly have to start paying upkeep on your cyberware. Yeah, that.
Really? Per month?
Yeah, cyberware is a nightmare, which is why it's odd that that is the main form of progression of how we get stronger. But we also get
Yeah, you get roped into the system. You gotta keep pulling dangerous jobs to pay for all your dangerous gear.
hmm Hey, I can get better armor.
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at what is obvious and what is subtle. I didn't even think about vehicles. I could buy a better car.
What? And get rid of what you have.
No, I still have that.
$10,000.
So you can't pay for your cost. Oh, right. I'm sure it'll be fine. You can just pay it back. You pay off your edge. That's the whole point. Fair.
You wanted cyberware. How ungodly expensive it is.
You see, I would normally have to do vehicle maintenance, but because of my focus, I just can do it. You know?
It
You
removes
reduce
one,
heat by 1.
which doesn't actually move us out of a heat category. It doesn't change anything. So I'm okay to not.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Well, we have our fixers. Oh, yeah.
No, that was the yeah. The moving you off the board is just the fictional justification for the missions I have set up. Like, that is why these like less traditional missions are your options that you're being presented with. So you have access. Yes. Yes. During your cooldown period. Sorry. No, these are
Okay.
like during your like app cooldown period. I have these 5 schemes. I have made 5 schemes that are available. We're just presenting 3 to start with. Yeah, sorry. No, that's just me trying to position you. You're off the app now. These are the jobs you have access to. You have a little bit of heat from that last one. Now we're doing whatever nonsense I came up with between what I thought was cool, looking at the like facts that we have for the actual districts and the rollable tables for like what kind of stuff's happening. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, at a player level, what are we here for? Now that we've done one job shockingly easily.
My goal as a player is I very much want to find another character out there and have Tess latch onto them and basically say, okay, instead of Unity 21, I will do whatever this person says is right, and basically
You're
use them
finding
as
a
a moral
new
compass.
a
I
new
want to
cyber
find
messiah.
a second moral compass so that I can have a tug of war.
Mm.
Like at the beginning of this mission, it is very much my intention to be pro Unity 21 in all things, and so it would be also very, very fun to, what if the rest of the group isn't pro Unity 21? What happens when those missions come? So that's my high level characters tension goals. Right now, the driver whose name I definitely know is currently my front runner for I'm trying to make you my new moral compass.
Mm. Cool.
I'm also trying to make Vapor my prototype. So yeah.
Yep.
You
You're gonna
obviously
get a
looked very
suit. You're
scared.
gonna get a pantsuit. You're gonna get a clipboard.
You looked very scared carrying that gun and going on a mission. We need to teach you how it's right, how to handle yourself under pressure, how to not be worried about all this stuff. It's going to be fine.
We need to teach you what to say when you're asked, have you ever had a difficult conversation with a coworker?
Mm. Mm. Um, at least for my character, I always imagined him as like he is someone who like thought of himself as rich, and then they invaded the place he lived, and now he has nothing, right? So, like I put here, like he's from Golden Sands, like where Excalibur invaded. So I like to imagine he used to have like a house there. You know, he's like a working actor, but now like he doesn't have anything. Like he's fallen so far, so he's like, I need like he's gotten so far on I am hot and I am dexterous. I want to see how far can I go with hot and dexterous. And then he's like, gonna have to figure out gotta be more than just hot and dexterous.
So we want to put you repeatedly into situations where it's like, yeah, I don't have the skill set for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can help out with that. So I can help out with that by just expecting miracles from you.
Yeah. Uh, he likes to think he has all the right answers, and he's really just flying by the seat of his pants all the time. He's like improv, baby, improv 101. I'm just going.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Judging from how, uh, so Tessa's goal is essentially to get rehired by UD21. She's waiting for her, obligatory. I was unintentionally fired by the company to be up. Out of character. That is never going to happen.
Nope.
I need to do like a mission of paramount importance and now this character has been retired levels to get back. My character's, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
delusional and do not
Yeah.
recognize that.
And to be, yeah, yep, that was scary. That was supposed to be a big monster. It had a lot of hit points. Um, so yeah, and just to be clear, y'all can do missions that aren't part of the schemes. You can just run your own missions if you want to do something I did not set up as part of it. But these schemes happen whether or not you participate in them as part of downtime. Yeah, as part of downtime, other operators can and will work on different schemes.
So basically, even if we don't assassinate the assassin, how fast will somebody else do that? Like,
They
if we
make
pick between these, is it too bad that's
make
off the table?
rolls. No, they're not going away. All 5 of these schemes are here to stay. They just may advance or go backwards as NPC operators move the dials.
What sort of rolls would it be? Like 1d6 and add that many points, or is it something a lot bigger than that?
Yeah, it's like D6s because these
Okay.
are 5 and 20, or not 5, 10 and 20 point.
Yeah.
Missions for all 5 of these. I set the clocks up to be 10-point clocks. They start at 1 because the letters have been sent out to get people working on these jobs. So some progress has been made.
That's my new health, by the way.
So here's a question to Stunt. What's a good relationship between yourself and Vapor there?
I think he. I don't think he sees Vapor as an adult. Right, that's your character, right, Spence?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's just like, oh, this kid has to almost like the classic, oh, there's starving kids in Africa, right? Like, oh, this poor child has to go on runs with me. I think he almost feels like pity, but he's also like, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a hard world out there. Mhm. Yeah, he's definitely like, everything's fine. We're all good. It's all gonna be fine.
likes that he has a car.
That's kind of the best thing about Stunt right now is his car.
Yeah.
Need driving lessons in the future.
Mm, mm, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about because I can add like things to my car. I might add like an AI that will drive it for me, so I can also go in the building with you guys next time.
I'm looking at armor and weapon mods,
Mm.
which are great.
Isn't there a thing? We
Yep.
also get a new foci at this level.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
God.
Levels 2, 5, 7, and 10. PCs can add a level to an existing focus or pick up the first level in a new one.
Wait, which was my focus? It's
Okay, let's go
Deadeye!
there.
There's
Oh.
no more -4 for me.
I don't need a new one. I might take Ace Driver because then I could fix.
Once per scene,
Have to
when
look.
shooting an inanimate object, like a camera, you just hit.
Yeah.
There we go.
And don't forget, roll an HP because I immediately like 5 times my HP in that one roll. I think it's this. Yeah, it's just 2d6. Yeah.
Five to 50.
No, you. It's. Oh, is it 10 plus what you already have?
Yeah, I think. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, haven't used the system before. 5 to
All
10.
right. So yeah. I don't want to be the meat shield. I don't want to be the meat shield. There's a on page. Where was it? I just saw it. Yes, character advancement. I think it's just half your character level unless you take the on target edge. Yes.
Where can that be put in?
Uh,
Oh, there it is. I see it. Again, on another tack here. What do I need to do to get stunt to open up?
to get him to open up. That's a good question. I don't even know the answer.
No worries. Here, bug in your ear to think about it because
Mhm.
I'm trying to attack each character appropriately, but
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like we're pretty set on guns for good.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll figure out some details for a scouting mission.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really want to do too much more without exams.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out other
Yeah.
paperworky stuff we could figure out. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that's
think
probably
it's
what
call it early.
probably the best answer. I'm gonna figure out some more. This is in the. Did I mess something up with the districts? Which one's hedge?
Yeah, Hedge is the one that I detailed.
Oh, I thought Golden Sands was the one that was invaded.
Hedge was the one that was at least where all the leftover people got shoved after the invasion.
Right.
My details for Hedge include active war zone.
Yes, it is. That is correct. Then Hedge is the one where they're still fighting, and it has like 5 different groups because you've got the people who were shoved in there who were from the other corporation. You've got the people in the neighborhood who have decided, you know what, forget this entire city, we're seceding. You've got the hackers who are taking advantage of it. You've got the what was it? Blackmailers who are also taking advantage of it, and then you've just got the thieves
Flamboyant
running around trying to steal everything. So there are way too many people in this district at this point.
Yes. And I made
Yeah, I think he's like mid to late 30s. Yeah. Yep. I'll
Yeah.
get my mansion back one of these days.
Yep, I've made silly little splash pages using my best Roll20 shape tool illustrations.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, honestly, the more you write up about these things, the worse they get. Like with every
Which is
sentence,
amazing.
things get worse. Like the more you figure out, it's like, oh, that's not good either, is it? Yeah. Honestly, I'm having some I had a struggle trying to figure out the like schemes and stuff because there's so many different things that they have to be about. Like there's megacorps, there's gangs, there's local officials. There's what if I just want to have a silly concept and trying to figure out like and then they all have to match the district they're in. Yep.
Mm,
So I'm sorry, we're not done. Yeah, you need 5 schemes.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's like no way to really know exactly what it is, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on my format for how to design cyberpunk adventures because this doesn't give you a lot of tools. It just gives you a lot of like tags, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's not really structured advice for how to organize an adventure. Like I made a little flow chart on a sticky note with
Yeah.
like these are the things I definitely want to have like significant roles about. Like these are the items that like require an actual action to overcome. Like I'm not too
Which
like
we
obviously
almost, yeah, which
yeah, yeah, which is a problem I'm running up to with this game specifically. It would be far less of a problem in like Stars Without Number because it's like, what do you do next? All right, the next thing on your to-do list, it's a debt runner or
Yeah.
whatever. This assumes this feels a little bit more video gamey, where you're like, all right, we got these are the missions presented. You pick from the missions unless you have your own better idea. So like, what to do next is kind of taken care of by like the economic like drive of like you got to pay rent, you got to buy cool cyber gear, um, whatever,
see
what
that's
have you.
the really interesting thing. It feels like we got so much money. That was incredible for our first mission.
It's
And
really
then I
not a
start
lot of money.
looking at our cyberware, and I'm like, this is so cool, but there's so few options that I can actually take. And like for some of these, if I want to, I'm going to have to save up for like 10 missions to get one thing. And I'm like,
Mhm.
that's cool and interesting, but I wonder how it'll actually play out.
Yeah, I was looking at
Anyway,
other vehicles too, and
yeah,
it's like I
to
could buy
my
a truck.
to my point, the whole game is organized around doing these missions. Like, it's you're participating in the schemes, or if you don't participate in the schemes, NPCs participate in the schemes instead of you, and move them without your consent. Basically, it's like I don't want to work on this project, so someone else is going to do it. Um, but so it's all about the missions, right? The whole session's about the missions, and then you have some talk time afterwards for what is the downtime, what is our next mission. But it doesn't give you much. It gives you a bunch of like sentences about what should happen in the mission, but very little structure on how to actually organize like a session or like the mission like structure itself. Because like D&D, it's like these are the encounters. You map out your encounters basically. Yeah, or if you're running a dungeon, you prep the rooms.
Mhm.
Um, but it's very fluid. Yeah, cool. Yeah, but just for very mission focused, so we're going to be working on my point of bringing this up before we head off is we'll be improving the mission formatting as we go along and figure out what works. But the game is pretty light on what the missions actually are supposed to look like, so
I'm
there will be
looking
some
forward to
shifts and
attempting
bobs
to
on that.
grow. Sorry. I'm looking forward to attempting to grow character relationships as well, but I know that the game is not giving anything in that direction at all. So anything that we do in that direction is us trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah, between jumps, you have to talk to each other.
yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
for good. Oh no. Mm.
Professionalism.
Yep, I
Anyway,
now unmuted myself. We're technically still on stream, just on audio only. So I just found out I was unmuted. I was muted. Okay, well, that's fine. It's fine.